Formula One goes into its second of 3 weeks in a row races. We leave Austin, Texas and come to Mexico City at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. So just 4 races remain on the calendar. Next week with the final sprint race at Brazil in Sao Paulo. Then it's a 2-week break before Las Vegas for the first time. And the season rounds out 4 weeks from this weekend at Abu Dhabi at the United Arab Emirates. In the Drivers' Championship, Max Verstappen is world champion, 466 points. Perez now 39 clear of Lewis Hamilton, who's now ahead of Alonso in 4th. Sainz, Norris and Leclerc battling it out for 5th place in the championship, closely followed by George Russell. Piastri, Gasly and Stroll fighting it over for 11th place. On the second page, it is Esteban Ocon clearly ahead in 12th, followed then by Alexander Albon. Valtteri Bottas just with 10 points this season, a point clear of Hulkenberg and Tsunoda. Zhou is 17th after a run of poor races, the same as Magnussen in 18th. Lawson still the only AlphaTauri second driver with 2 points. Sargent now picks up a point for the first time in over 30 years in America, and last time out since Michael Andretti in 1993. And still no points for Nick de Vries, who's no longer in Formula One, returned to Formula E, or Danny Ricciardo as he continues his return. In the Constructors' Championship, Red Bull lead 706 points. They're already champions, but the battle for second is hotting up. Just 22 points between Mercedes and Ferrari. They're being challenged by McLaren, who are now clear of Aston Martin, who have slipped down to 5th place. Alpine have 100 points. Williams up to 7th place, impressively ahead by 10 points to Alfa Romeo. Haas only have 12. AlphaTauri, though, have 10. Let's take a look around the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez, 2.674 miles or 4.303 kilometers, 71 laps ahead of us as well. A fantastic lap time. Pole time last year, a 1:15.875. Exiting the Forosol Stadium then and booting it hard at the last corner, the Mansell Peraltada. Open up the DRS and you're straight down towards turn number 1 on the start of the lap. 871 metres from pole position towards the first braking zone. The engine is singing as you're 2,000 metres above sea level. Down then already from 8th gear down to just 3rd gear. First braking zone, a runabout under the 100 miles an hour board. Turns 2 and 3 through the Mercedes Solana corner. Speed you up as well into the second DRS zone where you reach 8th gear towards the heavy braking zone for turn 4. A good opportunity for overtaking here as you slam on the brakes down to 3rd gear as well. Into the record Rabac corner as well. The hairpin as well at turn 6, it's sort of double barreled as well. Not really an opportunity for an overtake, but a great one to run you through the S-curves as well. Turn 7, 8 and 9, 5th gear, rising up to 6th gear as well throughout the exit as well. Keeping the speed through here is tricky. The car wants to dance around on you as well and to spit you out, but when you get it right, and especially in the 2022 cars, it's absolutely fantastic. Hurtling down towards Fernandez then, turn number 12, 8th gear down to 4th gear, and then you're into the Forosol Stadium. Over 80,000 people in this area. Give them all a wave as you hurtle through the gap between the middle where the players used to go through, and then you're back out through the Peraltada across the line after 6th gear, rising up to 7th as you take the control line, and that is a lap around Mexico City. We are all set for what is going to be an absolutely brilliant Grand Prix. For the 60th time, we are going to go racing here in Mexico City. It's been a bit on and off, but this wonderful stadium has provided us with World Championship deciders. It's provided us with a whole host of drama ever since it first came on. The Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez, Mexico City's favourite circuit. There's a couple of others, Puerta as well, for Formula E, used a couple of years ago, but we always seem to come back to this circuit. Alongside me, in the commentary box for the build-up is Alan Emridge and Josh T. They'll be with me in the commentary box. Omi will be in the pits along with Jess Ball as well when they are finished with the One Hub racing. But the clocks have gone back here in the UK, so we forgive them for being busy going into it as well. But Adam, starting with you, welcome back. Hopefully you had a great Saturday with your brother's birthday. So happy birthday to your brother. And, well, it's a Ferrari front row on the grid. Who knew?
Yeah, Josh, and hello, everybody. Had a great day yesterday, spending time with my family, and I still can't believe Ferrari locked out the front row. I don't think anyone saw that coming yesterday. And Max Verstappen starts on row 2, and last time out, if you remember, he started 6th in Austin, and he won, so he can win here in Mexico. The front stretch is the longest front stretch on the F1 calendar, so gonna be interesting to see what all develops going into turn 1.
Over 800 metres down to that first corner as well, as it's always just literally go lights out and you don't have to scream so much because everyone gets in a tow together. Josh T, pit lane open in a second, but so much to build up on as well, especially no penalties for Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton, George Russell or Fernando Alonso for impeding drivers in qualifying, but Logan Sargent did get a penalty for overtaking into the yellow flag. It was all confusing, wasn't it? You've got 30 seconds as the green light goes on for the pit lane.
Yep, it was absolutely stupid that no one got any penalties, but Logan Sargent going to be starting, quote-unquote, P30. Let's go down to Karun.
So fast in Q2, and then it just didn't happen for them. Ooh, a bit of a stalled start there for Lewis. He's had a go, and he's gone into anti-stall. He's tried to find a gear. That was an aborted start. Let's try and take a look at George Russell in the other Mercedes. Strategically, this is a pretty straightforward race. Let's watch George's launch here. It's actually very dusty where they're doing the practice start. Just coming back to it, strategically, it should be a one-stop race. All of the top 10 will probably start on the medium compound tyre, switch to the hard. Here comes the pole man. Now, he did say that they haven't had a conversation about the opening lap. I'm very surprised, because I really hope they have done. This is a very important start for Charles Leclerc, arguably the most important start of his season. Daniel Ricciardo, the star of qualifying, 4th on the grid. He has got a great getaway there. Lando Norris, what does he do? He's heading to the grid on a brand new set of soft tyres. I doubt we're going to see that in the Grand Prix. Can he get in the points? That is a tall order from the back of the grid at a circuit which is very difficult to overtake on. The two Alpines queuing up here, just getting their clutch and their fight point in the right position. Esteban Ocon about to launch off. But David Croft, this is a circuit where overtaking is at a premium. The start and then the opening lap of the Grand Prix is of paramount importance for these drivers.
It certainly is. It certainly is, Karun Chandok. Yeah, and last 2 years here, the top 5 at the end of the first lap have been the top 5 by the time we reach the checkered flag. Difficult to overtake, so pole position absolutely paramount. And as you said, Charles Leclerc on pole position then for the second weekend running. That one-stop strategy in Austin wasn't the way to go. Today, as you mentioned, Karun, it's a clear one-stopper unless we get safety cars here. But Ferrari locking out the front row makes it the 6th time that 3 different teams have locked out that front row in the last 8 races here in Mexico. But there is a huge run down to turn 1, longest of the season. Slipstreaming can give you a big benefit, and Max Verstappen has already proved in the past 2 years ago, starting from 3rd on the grid can get him into the lead by that first corner. Lando Norris just making his way round, might try and do something different to the rest today because he needs to run in clean air, in clear air, and maybe a 2-stop strategy could be the one that shows the full potential of his McLaren starting way down in the field. Quickest driver yesterday in the speed trap was Daniel Ricciardo, albeit with a tow from his teammate beat Yuki Tsunoda. His 4th on the grid is his best qualifying since Spa 2021. Last podium, just to remind you, for Daniel Ricciardo, Italy that same year. Could he be on the podium today? He starts 1 place ahead of the man that he's rumoured to be putting under pressure for a Red Bull seat next year, Sergio Perez. And for Sergio, it's his lowest start in his home race since 2019. He needs a great getaway to keep his run of home podiums going. He's had 2 in the last 2 years here. And my, how the years have flown by for Nico Hülkenberg, who starts his 200th Grand Prix today from 12th on the grid. It's 1 place higher than he was on the grid in Bahrain 2010, his first race in Formula One, and we keep our fingers crossed that he has a better finish today than he did all those years ago. Nats.
Thank you, David. Martin, is it beyond the realms of possibility that Daniel Ricciardo can get a podium in an AlphaTauri here?
I think it's highly likely, to be honest, if, you know, depending on what happens around him. I think the car's strong. So, yeah, he's got every bit as much chance as anybody else in the top 6 to be on the podium. But
Looking very good then. Just a reminder, it's a new pinned message in our YouTube chat as the cars head to the grid. Jess Ball has let us know that some users on YouTube are having issues with YouTube Live. So if you are one of these people who are having issues with your live streams on YouTube where it continually freezes, and you've been having this problem on every single video, reminder, we are on Twitch, Joshua Birch Motorsports. The link is in the YouTube chat now. If you have issues and you can still watch along with us, we've got the chats open, so you can go all over to Twitch and watch from there as well. So, good start this time, looks like, from Lewis Hamilton getting out there. Wish we had the telemetry data open for this part. This is the only part where multi-viewer doesn't come in handy, is that the driver tracker isn't working just yet. It takes time to boot up, but I tell you what, Adam, there's a lot of pressure right now on exactly what we're going to see, because everyone's thinking that Ferrari are going to get a demon start, but that Red Bull, yes, it doesn't have the greatest getaway power, but it's a long run down to turn 1, and Red Bull could just get ahead. Do we think that Verstappen starting 3rd could leapfrog into turn 1 and get ahead of the 2 Ferraris?
Yeah, Josh. I think it could happen. But like they've said in the broadcast so far, passing here is not easy to do. So the best places to pass is on the front stretch, and so
2 seconds, Adam.
Isn't it, Jensen, when you consider that Aston, that
Okay,
Alonso was on the
they're talking over it. Never mind. Back to you, Adam.
yeah, I think Max Verstappen could get ahead, going into turn 1. But if I'm Ferrari, I try my hardest, to stop it.
And Josh,
I think if Max Verstappen goes and leads, gets out ahead in turn 1, I don't think anyone's going to catch him.
So,
Unless they have a safety car.
what Oscar Piastri was saying is he's got a bit of paper stuck on the bottom of his floor, and we saw that on one of the curb cameras, and he's going back into the garage.
So bad news coming all around then at the moment, it seems, as the driver is now making their way to the grid.
Paper in the mechanic's hand to the left.
Yep, so they've run over something on the side of the track. We've increased your volumes, by the way, guys, so that we can hear you a bit more, because someone was adjusting the settings again. Looking forward to it. Charles Leclerc just heading out onto the track, still waiting on a data screen. Nothing happening just yet. Looking for pole position, though, but interesting enough, I got the data screen. I'm going to take this off my wall, actually, up here in the commentary box. We'll pop back up. I've got on the stats I've got here in the commentary box. Green screen, by the way. I'm not really in Mexico. Just before anybody asks. In terms of the DNFs this year, Charles Leclerc DNF'd in Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, and the Netherlands, and yet then he got disqualified. So that was his 4th official retirement of the year last time out in the United States Grand Prix. And he's been remarkably consistent in the points as well throughout that season. 151 points, but yet he's still now been overtaken by Lando Norris, who at the start of the year, Norris also didn't have any points in the first 2 races, and then he's just completely taken it off going forward, as you see the paper now for Piastri at turn 3. But yeah, Adam, it's such a testament. Ferrari have gone backwards, whereas McLaren have gone forwards.
Yeah, in the beginning of the year, I think a lot of people thought it was going to be Red Bull versus Ferrari. But truly, it hasn't happened. And McLaren has been coming on strong these last few rounds. And I think next year, I think McLaren is going to contend. They have two incredible drivers on that team, Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri. And we have to realize Oscar Piastri is a rookie this year, and he has impressed a lot of people this year, including myself. So next year, I think Oscar Piastri is going to win a Grand Prix. I truly do. He has had incredible pace lately, and I don't know where he'll win, but I think Oscar Piastri will win next year, and I think Lando Norris is going to win too.
For sure, he's going to
McLaren. It's going to be interesting.
Piastri technically a sprint winner, but he's not a Grand Prix winner. He's still a winner, but he's not a sprint winner. I know where you're going with that one as well. I haven't looked at the grid yet. So this is how they line up then on the grid for the Tissot sprint race here. As I was hearing myself double there, so it's not just you lot having issues with the mics tonight. Here is the starting grid then. It's Charles Leclerc on pole position. He's alongside Carlos Sainz in all Ferrari front row. Row 2 sees Verstappen alongside Ricciardo. Row 3, Perez and Hamilton. Row 4, Piastri, Russell. Row 5 is Bottas and Zhou. Row 6, Gasly and Hülkenberg. Row 7, Alonso and Albon. Row 8, Ocon, Magnussen. Row 9, Norris and Tsunoda. And row 10, Sargent and Stroll. Stroll will be starting this race from the pit lane, just had to point out as well. He has had another setup change as well. So it's 19 on the grid with 1 in the pits. But Josh T, just looking at that, we talked about the penalties. None for Max Verstappen. He stays in third, but even more importantly, without penalties, Daniel Ricciardo and the AlphaTauri there out-qualifying Sergio Perez by an astonishing margin.
Yeah, absolutely incredible from Daniel Ricciardo. Out qualifying Sergio Perez as well. I said it yesterday. That is a big talking point for Daniel Ricciardo, because he's fighting for that seat. And if Sergio Perez he keeps not providing results that Max Verstappen is, and he hasn't this season, maybe.
Yeah, maybe the switch over is going to happen a bit earlier than anybody had predicted as well. So there's a possibility. Adam, what's your take? We've been saying that Danny Ricciardo most likely will be switching over, but I don't think anybody expected as quickly as this for him to be right up there in what is his second race back from a broken wrist.
Yeah, it's called. When I heard the news that Daniel Ricciardo was starting 4th for today's race, my jaw literally dropped. I was like, you have to be kidding me.
Yeah.
Daniel Ricciardo is starting 4th ahead of Checo in his home Grand Prix. I'm still blown away. And
I don't
will the
believe
switch
it.
happen? Perhaps.
Will Perez be feeling the pressure, Josh? You know, he's lost out on another session here. He's in front of his home crowd, and Ricciardo's really embarrassed him, really, in an AlphaTauri. Is he going to be feeling that pressure going into the race today?
Of course, yes. Definitely there will be some pressure from Sergio Perez, and I don't think it will be a little bit of pressure. I think it will be a lot of pressure for Sergio Perez. He has to perform because of Daniel Ricciardo out qualifying him, but he also wants to perform for the home crowd as well. If he doesn't perform and he gets tangled up in an accident, that's going to leave a lot of fans disappointed for Sergio Perez. But more importantly, he has to keep it on the track to save his seat.
Yeah. Gavin has said, by the way, recommend using VPN and USA as your host problem solved for the lags. So it's only if you're in Europe you'll be having these issues as well. So if you've got a VPN, you know what to do. Thank you, Gavin, for that as well on the YouTube chat. Some users are having problems as well, but we're gearing up for the start. Martin's grid walk is coming up shortly as well. Well, we hope Martin's doing a grid walk. He's there, and he should be, but sometimes he doesn't like doing them. Last year, of course, he got his microphone cable wrapped around a lady's handbag and had to just say, it wasn't my fault, I wasn't trying to steal it, I promise. Which was actually, I thought last year's was one of his best grid walks in a very long time, so there was a lot of fun on that day. George Russell's on the grid though with the rest of the field. He's just walking in. He lines up 8th down there. As you can hear the engines rising up here at Mexico City, with Checo Perez going down there as well. Martin will be doing a grid walk, I'm relieved to say. So it's all looking jolly good, jolly exciting. That's a very British term as well, but just a quick start to Checo Perez. Of course, 2021 and 2022, he finished in 3rd position. He's on a trio here of good results as well. 7th for 2022 3rd place. The only year Perez has failed to finish his home race is 2018. So there's a good stat that he can finish in that Red Bull. But this year, Perez, of course, only had the one retirement back in Japan with damage and save the car strategy as well, and then going out and serving that penalty once again. So we're gearing up then for all the action. That's the time for mine and Adam and Josh is talking to stop. We're going to hand back down now to Sky Sports F1 for all the action for about 5 minutes. It's back up to us, then it's over to Mine's Grid Walk. So down to the grid with Natalie Pinkham.
Yeah, the race pace looked
And
good.
Jenson Button.
It looked up there with the best of them. There is talk of them, you know, I think all of them will today. We're struggling with temperatures for the power unit, but we'll have to wait and see. But I think they'll be fighting at the front. If everything goes well for them, they will be fighting for the podium finish.
Okay, good stuff. I mean, I say they struggled yesterday. He was still only 3/10 off Leclerc's pole time, Lewis Hamilton. You know, when you consider the disqualification from last weekend, we heard the upgrade came to the floor. That was what was deemed illegal in Austin. So does that mean that the upgrade won't be as efficient here? I mean, how does that play out? Or is it just not even a consideration given how different the circuit is?
I think the upgrade is working, which is why they kept it on the car. So that's a simple answer to that. I think your point about them only being less than 3/10 away from pole is something we need to think about, because in Q2, you know, they did a time which was very strong. They were 1st and 3rd, but everyone made a big jump in Q3. Ferrari found an extraordinary jump, but most people were finding 3 or 4 tenths. Mercedes didn't. So I think what happened to them in Q3 was an anomaly. Now, hopefully, they've understood why they were uncompetitive there compared to Q2, and that isn't going to be an issue because it's clearly temperature and track related. Today, they're going to be on the medium and hard tyres. Hopefully, it'll be a bit better.
Karun's spot on. They came alive at the end of Q2. That just didn't translate into the final part of qualifying. I mean, really, were the temperatures that significant yesterday?
Yeah, and I think that they thought they had a good read of where the car was in Q2, and they're like, you know what, we should take it a little bit easier on the outlap, look after the tyres in the first sector, and we'll gain in the last sector, but they just went too far with that, and the car didn't work in sector 1.
And actually, when you look at the overlay data for the Ferraris, I was having a look this morning, the biggest gain has come on corner exits and in the slow-speed corners between Q2 and Q3. The drivers just had confidence. The car came alive. They had confidence to attack the throttle and get the exit. Whereas the Mercedes drivers, George did the same time in Q3 as he did in Q2, which makes no sense with track evolution. And Lewis only found a 10th, which is, again, pretty disappointing.
Well, this is promising for the race. Sounds like we've got a real fight on our hands.
Yeah, Jensen's right. They're going to be in the mix, I think.
Great stuff. Okay, well, more build-up, plenty of colour, glamour and vibrancy from Mexico City on the way.
Yep, certainly is, as we're gearing up then for the procedure for the grid walk coming up. This is going to be an excellent little run that we're going to be having today. Hopefully all will be good. So fingers crossed, it's going to be a very interesting race. Right, pick a winner time. Adam, who's going to win the Mexico City Grand Prix?
I'm going Max Verstappen.
Safe, good bet. Josh T, who are you going for? Bear in mind, we all got the qualifying one wrong yesterday.
Max Verstappen.
Okay, fair dues. Just quickly, hello to... Oh, it's Paul. Hello, Paul, on the Twitch chat. Hi, folks. Hope all is well. YouTube is being awful, so I'm here. Yep. Hello, Paul. Nice to see you. Yep. We thought so. They've been having problems. So if it's Paul on YouTube, Twitch is the place to be. We've linked the chat there as well. So everyone hopefully will see that. So welcome, Paul. We'll read your message out throughout as well on the broadcast, and hopefully going to be a lot of fun. My pick a winner, it's a bit surprising actually, but I'm going to go out, I'm going to hope and pray. I'm going to go with Checo Perez to get his 3rd win of the season and his first since Azerbaijan. So I'm really hoping. But yeah, home hero. It's such a support. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. And it's a crucial time. He needs to do it. He needs to get an atmosphere in here and he needs to start pushing it as hard as he possibly can. So, in a few moments' time, grid walk will begin. Martin will go down, have all the atmosphere with the celebrities that are circulating, and we will begin the start procedure. By the way, as I said, it'll be Jess and Omi in the pit lane when they get here. Me, Adam, and Josh up in the comms box. Megan will be joining us as well when she gets in from having her dinner. I had about half of it, then had to come into the commentary box as well, but I wasn't hungry. Who could eat before a race as well? I usually only have like a packet of crisps or a sandwich or something, or usually breakfast holds me going forward. Breakfast of choice, Adam? What have you had this morning for breakfast?
What did I have? I had me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with some lemonade, and so
I presume
that was
yours
a good way for me to start my day.
My lemonade is more like 7-Up in America right now, but so I presume yours was it cloudy lemonade, proper lemonade?
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant.
It's proper lemonade.
Love it. I love proper lemonade. You get great proper lemonade in York, by the way. That's a good place to go. In the UK. Josh T, what about you? Breakfast?
This morning my breakfast was some pulled sausage with mash. Basically my dinner.
Oh, very nice. I had a full English, lovingly cooked. It was brilliant. And I've had a Sunday roast, well, half a Sunday roast coming into it. SS Racer UK says YouTube is really bad tonight. Yeah, they've been having a lot of problems with it as well. So that's why we always co-stream on both YouTube and Twitch. So if you're having problems on YouTube, the link for the Twitch stream, exactly the same commentary as well as ours, it's a dual stream that is available there, so that's the place to be. Do not feel worried to have to move across it as well, as we're getting loads of information coming through for this one. Martin Brundle getting ready and all set to go. I'm very much excited about this. 71 laps ahead of us. Previous winners here, a couple, of course. Max has won the most at this circuit, so U2's bet is safe. He's won 17, 18, 21 and 22 here as well. But Hamilton winning in 16 and 19. They're the only two winners on the grid, because Nico Rosberg, who won the race back in 2015, is no longer racing. So, thank you guys. Time now to head over for the usual pre-race ceremonies. Back over to Sky Sports F1 and Natalie Pinkham.
Welcome back to Mexico City. Not long to go now until the Grand Prix. Let's head down to Bernie Collins and Danica Patrick, who are on the grid.
Yes, thank you very much, Natalie. We're here on the grid. We're going to do our very, very best for Martin. Martin's not here. We're going to try and get Fred. So we've got Fred here. Do you want to go first?
Fred, congrats, both the guys on the front row. You guys have been so strong in qualifying. You've established yourself there. But what is it about the race that you feel the most concerned about to being able to keep your guys where they are?
But first is to be in 1-2 after turn 3. This is a first challenge for sure, and then Mexico, it's not all about, but it's a lot about cooling for the brakes and the engine. And for sure, if you are in clean air, the race is much easier. But we are really focused on the start until the turn 1. Let's say turn 3, and then it will be a game changer for the race.
So obviously you don't want to give too much away, Fred, but very important here that you can cover off the Verstappen undercut. If he stops early, you've got to try and keep both cars ahead of him in that crucial pit stop decision. Anything you want to give us on that?
No, I think that the most important is to be focused on ourselves, that we know what we can do and how we can manage a race. And Verstappen will do whatever he wants.
As far as when you stop, given the fact that this is probably going to be a one-stop race, have you established when that will be? Will you push through that, or are you going to go off of driver feedback?
You will see after the race. Good try.
All right. Good luck, Fred.
Good luck, Fred.
All right, Bernie, cooling is a big deal here at this track. We're at altitude, everything gets a lot hotter. If you could maybe give us some insight into what's a little bit unique about the cooling here in Mexico City on the car.
Yeah, so Fred mentioned it there in his piece of the interview, and the cooling on the Ferrari in particular is quite interesting because you can see on this left-hand side, there's a lot of these ducts. You can see right into the engine through that little area. But on the right-hand side, it's markedly different. So on the right-hand side, some of those cooling fins are actually closed off. So cooling is crucial here. You're trying to get as much air as possible into that engine. But the radiators on both sides of the car will be different. They'll be cooling different things within the car. And that's why the coolant level they require is slightly different left to right. And that's why sometimes on the radio, you'll hear a driver saying, or the team manager saying, pull to the left or pull to the right. We often in our briefings had to make sure that the driver was aware which was left and which was right.
Based on the track. Now, is there anything that the drivers can do other than that to keep it cool? Is there anything that you guys can do on a pit stop? I know it's only about 2 seconds, but what can happen if things start to get a little bit too hot to help that?
So some of the teams, and it's not seen here on the Ferrari, but some of the teams actually have little tear-offs almost that they can pull out of the car and they can adjust the coolant through that pit stop. You'll see sometimes if there's a penalty, they'll put fans in, like you see the fan in the front of the car here. So they'll hold a fan next to the car to make sure they can do that. They could do some adjustments on the brake sometimes during the pit stop. But the biggest thing that we can do is pulling out on that straight. So pulling out on the start-finish straight, left or right, and opening a little bit of the gap to the car in front. So I think today you'll hear a lot of the cars being told you need a bigger gap.
Okay, all right, let's make our way down to Red Bull here and try and grab Christian. I think he said he'd give us a couple minutes here.
Yeah, we'll give him a second here. He's finished.
Okay.
We'll try and push in whenever.
You good? You ready? Christian. All right, obviously you guys are pretty used to being P1, but I think it's pretty strong that you're P3 and P5. That was a great run by Sergio. He had mentioned something about maybe getting a little bit more dialed in with the setup. Can you shed a little light on that, of why he feels better?
Look, I think his confidence has been higher this weekend off the back of Austin. He's come here, pumped up. He's got so much support that that's got to be worth a tenth or two. And to be within a tenth and a half of his teammate in qualifying, I thought was a good effort.
Christian, last week I think you surprised a few people with the early pit stop from Verstappen, got people thinking about how to react, what to do, and it was a very great call from the pit wall. What can you do here against both Ferraris? They can't box on the same laps. You've got a slight advantage on whether you can undercut them or not. Do you think that's going to come into play?
I think it's going to be a fascinating strategic race. I mean, it traditionally looks like a one-stop here, and that on a step compound, softer of tyres this year, you're going to have to really manage those tyres really gently in the first few laps. So I think there's going to be a lot of pace management at the beginning of this race.
You feel it's more important that the guys have the pace to manage the tires and not induce the graining than it is to get position when it's presumably easier when everyone's closer?
It's that fine balance. You want to go as fast as you can without killing the tires. So it's that usual thing, isn't it? You're telling the drivers, look after your tires, but pass the car ahead of you.
Cooling's obviously a big issue here with this altitude, Christian. You're used to being up front and having nice clean air. How much of a worry is that for you guys today?
I think we're running okay on the cooling at the moment, but brakes, and cooling here in this thin air is very, very tough. But I think we've got the levels right, so we'll see in the race.
All right, good luck.
Good luck. Interesting, sounding very confident there for Christian, really, isn't he, in terms of the cooling levels? It's always a question mark whether they've got the cooling right. A lot of very intelligent engineers doing the number on what the effect of traffic's going to be, what the effect of the track temperature is here today. So often lots of debates. It's always very tricky, is it, to do the weather forecast correctly to make sure that you've got all of that totally right. So it's really interesting.
Well, it's usually a matter of performance when they're talking about trying to trim things out to be as cool as possible versus getting as much out of the car as possible. Just like we've seen last weekend with the ride height of the car being too high or too low. It's all about trying to squeeze out that maximum performance of the car and just how far you can push it to the limit.
Yeah, exactly, and it is crucial to get it all right, all the numbers, all of the calculations that they can. And I think what Christian says key there, they're not used to being in that position. Well, maybe they are a bit more with Checo, so hopefully the numbers have worked out. But there's a lot going on at that time, so it's going to be really key. So we're going to try and grab Matt here from Mercedes, if I can get his attention, and hopefully have a few words. So Matt is chief mechanic at Mercedes. So Matt, thank you for talking to us. obviously both cars running very close together. What can you tell us about what you guys do on the grid?
So the first thing we're checking when the car arrives in the grid slot is that there's no damage on the car. You know, you're pushing the car through from the back of the grid to the front. People can trip over things, anything like that. So just checking any damage. We actually had some damage on George's car before we got to the grid, so we changed that component when we arrived at the grid. But obviously we're in part firme, so you're not allowed to change too much at all.
Could you just talk a little bit about what you have hooked up here when it's on the grid? What's being cooled, what's being heated, and what are you making sure is at optimal temperatures for the start of the race?
Yeah, so the biggest thing is the PU temperatures. They're running about 120 at the back of the grid, so when we push the car to the front of the grid, we're getting the dry ice, which you'll see these silver boxes here have got dry ice inside. We're trying to cool the PU down as fast as possible. And we'll be firing the cars up around about every 10 minutes. There's a lot of heat soak going through the car, so we're trying to reduce the core temperature of the car as quickly as possible. Then also we've got the silver cover you'll see on the cockpit there. That's trying to keep the cockpit cool, so when the driver gets in the car, he's not boiling straight away, you know. Super hot temperatures here, so we're just trying to keep the cockpit cool. And then the other thing we're looking at is brakes. The brakes, when the car gets to the back of the grid, they could be anything from 500 degrees to, you know, even hotter if the driver hasn't cooled them properly. So we're trying to cool the brakes, but we don't want to cool them too much. Obviously, you don't want to go off for the installation lap with the brakes too cold.
Just a final question then, Matt. Obviously you've got tyres fitted to this car here in the blankets I presume still on, but these aren't your start tyres, are they?
No, these are not the start tyres, so they're the ones we came to the grid on. So we're leaving those on there just to keep some heat into the brakes. And with 10 minutes to go, we'll get the tyres on the stack there, you'll see. They're plugged into what we call grid generators, grid trolleys here. So they're on heat at the moment. And then with a 10-minute call, we'll wheel those tyres over to the car and we'll fit those tyres to the car then.
And then I know I said final question, but I'm not finished, so we're going to have one more question for me at least. Just with those new tyres you put on, that's really interesting, I think, for everyone at home. But you don't torque them with the same guns that you do in the pit stop, and you're trying to get them at the optimum tightness for that first pit stop, isn't that right?
Yeah, so we use an electronic torque gun here. And that's really to make sure that we don't over-torque the wheels on the grid, so that when we get to the first stop, they're not too tight. And also, if we've got an issue with a regulator, because you first gun them on with pneumatic air, with the pneumatic guns. If we've got a problem with the regulator and that cuts out, then maybe you haven't got enough torque on. So the electronic torque wrenches are really just to make sure the torque is exactly as we want it as the car goes off to the race.
And final question. You said there was some damage coming back. I found that to be really surprising that just on one lap that would happen. What is the most common issue that you find that you have to fix before the car goes back out?
Often it can be some floor damage, or you'll see there's some deflectors around the car and the brake ducts, and people tend to get a little bit excited when they're fitting fans or strapping drivers in. So we've had some damage in the past where you can damage a deflector, someone stands on the floor, or even once we had the short stand that you see underneath the car wasn't quite put in properly, and it damaged the floor because the car was let down onto the stand too quickly. So then we have the composite guys have to get the glue out and fix it pretty quickly.
Super glue, I'm sure. Thanks, Matt. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Matt.
Obviously, you've got the driver's cockpit being cool. It's for the astronauts they're about to be. But of course, at this point in time, the drivers are all trying to find cool space. They're against the wall. They're getting their water. They're going to the bathroom. So this is also the most nervous time for a driver. So it's probably no wonder that we don't see them. So I think it's about time to throw it back to Natalie.
Thank you very much, ladies. I think you rather enjoyed that, didn't they? It was good fun. A great insight, actually, Jensen, into all the work the teams do to deal with the nuances of this track, the unique characteristics. What about the drivers, though? How much of a difference can they make here?
Well, a lot. You know, during the race, the drivers will be told, as Bernie said, to pull one side of the car in front, so you get airflow through that duct. It could be for the engine temperatures, but also for the brake temperatures, because it gets sky high here. Another thing a driver can do is just brake less, which is easier said than done. But it's lifting off the throttle, cruising basically. So you lift off the throttle and then you brake a little bit later and less hard. That's a big one. They might also ask them to short shift a little bit with the engines just to keep the temperature down.
We know that the grip is very low here. We also know that the speeds are very high. In fact, it's surpassed Italy in terms of top speed. So what kind of track is this to drive on?
It's a very tricky track because I think there's quite a narrow groove in terms of the grip. You know, when you get to the middle sector of the lap, there's a slightly strange crown in the road, but also the track doesn't get used very much now. So, you know, the part we're standing on is the cleanest part of the track. When you go off the racing line, it's very dusty. If they just get a few inches away from the racing line, it's very low grip, and that is tricky.
Well, one man who knows exactly how to drive this track is Max Verstappen. He's won here 4 times before, and he's with Rachel now.
Max, are you expecting to see a bit of a Ferrari wall ahead of you as you head into turn 1, or are you going to get in Charles' slipstream and spoil their party today?
Well, I mean, whatever happens at the start, but it's not won or lost at the start anyway. Such a long race. It's quite warm today with no clouds, so the track is really hot. It's all going to be a bad day.
A lot of people are saying, though, that getting ahead on lap 1 because of the statistics around here is pretty crucial. Are you that confident in the pace of your car and how this can pan out that you don't need to?
Yeah, but I don't really care about statistics because every single year is different. It depends on the car, the balance. And again, there's no need to be super risky in turn 1 and risk a shunt or whatever. So we'll just see what happens.
You've spent all year breaking records, so I'm sure you could do that again. Thanks, Max. Go well.
We'll see.
Yeah, few would bet against him breaking that record of the 16th win of the season. His own record, of course. Plenty of the drivers keeping nice and cool. Daniel Ricciardo already outlining up for the national anthem. Let's just talk about starts, Karun, because, of course, it was that one in 2021 which Max just nailed, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. It was a front row lock-off for Mercedes, but they opened up the door. Valtteri Bottas moved across to the middle of the track and just opened it up for Max to come around the outside. He did have to pick his braking point to perfection there and make sure he didn't overshoot the first corner. Bottas then got tagged by Daniel, and that was the end of that. But you know, Max is obviously starting in the same position. He's got 2 teammates in front, the 2 red cars instead of 2 silver and black ones. But yeah, just see the onboard. This is the moment there where Bottas moved right, and that's what Ferrari should not be doing today. They need to make the cars as wide as possible and just block the track off for him.
A real team game then for Ferrari.
Yeah, it will be. I really do hope for Ferrari's sake they've watched that. And I mean, in the heat of the moment, it's always very difficult. You don't want to be moving too much around the track. But yes, as we've all said, they need to come out of turn 3, 1 and 2, and then we've got a proper race on our hands.
So Max Verstappen won't have been perturbed at all about qualifying on P3 because he knows what he did in 21.
Yeah, he knows what he can do from last on the grid. So that car's strong. Max is at his best. So yeah, he's going to be fighting those Ferraris hard.
Okay, so what's your prediction then?
I think Ferrari can win this. I don't know which one.
But you think it will all come down to the start?
It'll come down to the first 3 corners, yeah.
Okay, great stuff. Right, let's hand over now because it's time for the national anthem of Mexico.
For the national anthem of Mexico. Please be outstanding for the national anthem of Mexico.
Mexicanos al grito de guerra, el acero apresta y el rigor, y retiembla en sus centros la tierra al sonoro rugir del cañón. Y retiembla en sus centros la tierra al sonoro rugir del cañón. Signor patria, tus sienes de oliva, de la paz el arcángel divino, en el cielo tu
the fireworks go off. A wonderful way to start the atmosphere here for the Mexico City Grand Prix, the 60th anniversary of this great race. And the choir absolutely nailing the national anthem. Let's check in quickly with Logan Sarge on his way to the grid.
So, Logan, do you want some tape on the wall, or are you happy with the yellow line?
It's too far away here. I'll just use the yellow line.
Okay, copy that.
Interesting, so that all refers to the sensor point for where you're positioning the car, because if you can't see the yellow line or not, so seems to be happy there. Let's check in with let's check in with home hero, actually, Sergio Perez.
Recharge on. Recharge on.
Yeah, Perez starting at the back of the very field. We've got an interesting thing here as well. Martin Brundle not doing the grid walk, but both me and Sean Kelly both suggested, is it to do with the altitude? But we'll hear from Lando quickly.
The team haven't told me what's possible, because it's impossible to say, but the pace is good. I'm feeling good, so I look forward to it. It should be fun. We're obviously out of position, so it's a long race, a lot of things to manage, but a lot of opportunities to go forwards.
It looks like a certain one stop today, but can you maybe put the hards on, go for a long run on the hards, and then try and do something with the mediums at the end and maybe less grading?
Yeah, I mean, we have to do something different. I think, a lot of people are struggling with overheating and things like that. So, yeah, maybe go long and wait for everyone to box and try to go from there.
Stay cool, enjoy.
I will, thank you.
Yeah, better explanation as me and Sean Kelly both said, is it to do with the altitude? That's why it's all changing. But a great suggestion here. From Mazarif as well, who's actually at the track. The route to the commentary box in Mexico is very long. You need at least 20 minutes at good pace, and you have to get through the fan zone full of people. So it makes sense with only 5 minutes to go until the commentary starts for Martin to prioritise being in the commentary box alongside Crofty as well. Final thoughts then with 10 minutes to go until the lights go out, 5 minutes until we go on air. Let's get the thoughts then. I don't know if anybody's joined the commentary box while we've been waiting. I know Jess has said that she's got some food on the way. And I don't know where Omi is, but has anyone joined the box, Josh T?
Hi.
Hello, Jess.
Hello,
excellent.
Jess.
Hello, Jess. By the way, apologies on YouTube. I understand I keep losing access to it and not seeing the stream correctly. I know it keeps happening, but I know it's still there and it's still running. Adam's going to be keeping an eye on it and telling me about it. I know Jess and everybody else will, Josh T as well. Jess, good evening to you. Just quickly, your thoughts on what we're going to see in the race tonight.
Well, I think we're going to see a lot of battles, especially towards the start of the race and then run towards turn one. I think with Verstappen, I think that's going to be the key talking point, because he's starting third, and third is usually a great place to start with in Mexico anyway. So I'm predicting he's going to take the lead and the win into turn one. The lead into turn one, sorry.
Oh.
What the hell? That was good timing.
Sky Sports doing the Macarena as well. That's great. Coming in as well. We're back on the That's great timing, actually, as well. And it's free to air, of course. We're going to be hearing the F1 theme, but Mexican version, just to let you all know as well when the race starts. It's going to be the special intro. Day of the Dead, of course. I honestly, I'm not even joking, you guys. I honestly considered putting on face makeup today so that half my face was like in the skeleton masky sort of zone as well. But we didn't have any face paint, so that was a bitter disappointment. So yeah, I'm sorry about that, everyone.
Aww. And I will say this, I don't know if you guys celebrate Halloween over there in the UK, yep, but Halloween is on Tuesday. So so in the chat, let us know if you do celebrate Halloween, what is your favorite Halloween candy, since Halloween is on Tuesday? And I will say Reese's Peanut Butter Cups for me.
I always say this, I enjoy a Three Musketeers bar. We get those imported. They're always great. Milky Way is sort of the equivalent, but it's not as good. But I must admit, on Halloween, there's nothing better than the small bag of Maltesers. The amount I go through is unbelievable. And certainly, though, you've got to love the fantastic chocolate that you get. I can't remember the name of it now. It's a Cadbury. It's one of the Cadbury ones that they come through as well. Yeah,
I know
just
what you're talking about, Josh. Yes.
So good,
I know
so
what you're talking
good.
about.
I actually spoke to a man from Cadbury the other day, and you wouldn't be, you'd be amazed. Do you know jelly babies are owned by them? So much is owned by them. Anyway, we're coming up to the end of it. So we've asked Adam. He said Verstappen. Josh said Verstappen. Jess, who's your pick a winner? Jess might be having food. I might have just thrown it down to her. She's not even there.
I can't remember who's starting where, to be honest.
Leclerc, Pole, Sainz, Verstappen, Ricardo, Perez, Hamilton, Piastri, Russell.
I was going to go Leclerc, but everyone else... No, I was going to go Verstappen, and everyone else is going Verstappen. So I'm going to go Leclerc just to be different.
Sounds good to me. We're gearing up then for the start of the Mexico City Prix. Don't know if Amy's here yet or not. I know he was busy.
No.
Well, hopefully he'll turn up.
Yet.
He'll turn up. He'll drop in, and as he always does, to get all set then. No idea what the starting tyres are just yet. We'll find that out in due course. But we are gearing up for the Mexico City Prix, just as Prix, Grand Prix as well. Just how much we've been here. We actually started the 2023 season in Mexico City, of course, with Formula E, Mark Preston, Nick Homewood, and then Ed Hunter joined me in the Combox team for that one. And it's all looking mighty good. Can't wait for this as the crowds begin flooding in here. The Forest Sol is sold out. Every single part of this track is sold out, ready to go. It is a unique atmosphere here in Mexico. The Day of the Dead celebrations on Tuesday as well means it is trick or treat for the Sergio Perez fan club. Will he be delivered or will he be denied? It's time to find out. Here it comes, the Mexico Grand Prix. It is trick or treat in this year's Championship Challenge. We are all set for what is going to be an absolutely fantastic Mexico City Grand Prix. Welcome to the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez, round 19 of the 2023 campaign. We're in the heart of Mexico City, a circuit that combines the closeness of Monaco with the fast speeds of Monza, and it certainly delivers. It's a 4.304 kilometre circuit, that's 2.675 miles, 71 laps ahead of us today. Top speed, 221.7 miles an hour. Elevation, flat, 2.67 metres, but we are 2,200 metres above sea level. Turns 1, 2 and 3 are action zones here. Hamilton and Raikkonen doing battles side by side in 2018. Hamilton coming out on top. Further down at turns 4 and 5, Ricciardo versus Vettel in 2017. Verstappen and Vettel both getting penalties that day, resulting in Ricciardo going on to the podium place. And down at the Forest Sol in turn 12, Leclerc versus Perez side by side. Today they will do the same, but this time in two different teams, a Ferrari and a Red Bull. Pirelli have brought the softest tyres available to Mexico. It's the red soft C5, the yellow medium C4, and the white hard C3 tyre. Well, the Mexican theme can have a Mexican twist for Formula One. This is your starting grid. Starting from the pit lane for setup changes is Lance Stroll, and 19th on the grid with a penalty, Logan Sargent. Yuki Tsunoda also having a grid penalty for new gearbox changes and power units. Lando Norris starts 17th, his worst qualifying of the year. Kevin Magnussen is 16th. Esteban Ocon, he starts in 15th place. Alexander Albon is 14th with Fernando Alonso lining up 13th on the grid. Nico Hülkenberg takes 12th with Pierre Gasly lining up in 11th. Fifth row at the grid, starting in 10th, Zhou Guanyu. He's alongside Valtteri Bottas. The two Alfa Romeos having a good run. George Russell is 8th alongside Oscar Piastri, starting in 7th. Lewis Hamilton starts 6th on the grid. Home hero Sergio Perez is 5th. The cheer from the Mexico crowd show who's number 1, but it was Daniel Ricciardo who outbeat him in qualifying, lines up alongside former teammate Max Verstappen. It's an all-Ferrari affair though on the front row, Carlos Sainz, and for the second week running, it is Charles Leclerc on pole position. The Mariachi band can go out in the distance as well. We're all set for what is going to be a lovely tune of danger. And alongside me in the commentary box is Megan Birch, and on image, Josh T with Jess Ball in the pit lane as well. And Megan's not even got her headset on yet as well. What are you doing? You're texting and typing. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Where to you, Megan? What? Charger? We haven't got a charger. Here, you can put it on here for now. It won't be on long though, because I haven't got it's upstairs, that charger, the wireless charger. It's not in the commentary box because it was given to somebody and then we needed to bring it back. Good morning, Megan. Good afternoon, good evening.
Evening.
Evening. What do you think then? New timing screen, do you like it?
Yes, I'm hiccuping.
What?
I'm hiccuping.
Aye, oh, nice. So, interval gap, last lap, best lap, DRS, sectors 1, 2, 3. Laps they've completed in the race, tyre history across 6 sets, gears, speed, and how much throttle and how much brake they're on.
Very good.
Any track limits violations, team radios, track guides, the rest is the same. Like it?
Yes.
You like this as well, race control messages. But look at this. AI radio transcripts as well from every driver on the field, getting us told information as to where they need to be. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? And there's the hiccups from Megan coming through. Adam, good evening to you as Megan has a hiccup, but that might do it.
Probably not. I've been trying to expect you doing that.
Ah, I see. That's a shame then. Away we go on the formation lap then. And Adam, we're all set here in Mexico.
See.
Oh, top 13 on mediums, hards for Albon, Ocon, softs for Norris, and it's all looking mighty good in the performance. How are you, Adam?
Doing good, Josh. And as they say down in Mexico, gracias, everyone. And yesterday the Ferraris were rápida, which is very fast in Spanish, and we'll see if they can keep up that momentum here today. We know how good Max Verstappen is. Last time out, he won from 6th position on the grid in Austin, so starts 3rd. It's longest straight that the F1 teams have on the calendar, so we'll see if the Ferrari teammates can hold off Max Verstappen going into turn 1. And Daniel Ricciardo starts 4th. Really impressed with how he drove yesterday in that AlphaTauri.
Really impressed as well. Josh T, welcome back up. And looking good, looking strong here. Podium position is going to be key, but Ferrari 1-2 on the way down towards turn 1 is going to be good.
Yeah, absolutely, and I felt betrayed, but now I'm happy now. A lot of people felt betrayed that there was no Mexican F1 theme at the start, but now we are all happy because it was on the starting grid. But yeah, coming through the Forest Stadium, Daniel Ricciardo, followed by Sergio Perez, of course.
Lemonade to
has won the past 2.
Right, I've got facts in my head. In attendance right now, there's 400,639 people. I also saw that Mexico City was built on a lake, so it sinks 12 centimetres every single year. And also, the possible race strategy is 1 stop starting on mediums for 31 laps, going on to hards for 40. 2 stops, it is starting on mediums for 20 laps, going on to hards for 28 laps, and then going on to mediums for 23 laps.
Well done. Take a breath until the end of the start. So, 3 burnouts for Lewis Hamilton as well, and it'll be 3 burnouts for George Russell coming through, 3 burnouts as well for Alexander Albon. We're all getting it 2% shallow, and that is coming to the grid then for one of the Alpines of Pierre Gasly. They are super slow.
I'm going to mute myself while I'm hiccuping.
Super slow coming to the grid as well. Jamaica saying, let's go, go, go. Jeff saying, let's go, go, go. Hello to everyone on both YouTube and Twitch. If you're having problems, by the way, on YouTube, join us on Twitch. Same commentary, same stream. So it's the 60th anniversary of the Mexico City Grand Prix. It was a dream of the Rodrigo brothers. It has come into existence now. It's decided World Championship glory. It's decided nothing but drama. 871 metres down to turn 1. The green light is on. The 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights are on. Action in Mexico City. It was a long hold, and that's going to affect the 2 Ferraris as we go down towards turn 1. Max Verstappen goes between the 2 of them. He did that trick with the 2 Mercedes 3 years running. Verstappen and Leclerc side by side. Sainz falls in behind. Perez going for the lead. Perez going for the lead round the outside. They're going to make contact, and Perez is up in the air, and Perez is out of the Grand Prix immediately. Can you imagine? It's happened immediately. Out is also Charles Leclerc with bodywork damage. Verstappen takes the lead, and if Max Verstappen didn't need a bodyguard, Charles Leclerc's going to need an evac team. A phantom immediately. Can you believe it? It's happened immediately. Perez is out of the Grand Prix. He's got going, but he might have suspension damage. Verstappen leads. Look at Hamilton battling with Danny Ricciardo, and off the track goes Zhou Guan Yu. Gasly's involved too. Albon making moves. Wow!
Oh, I love Mexico.
What a start! What has happened? Mode 7 immediately. What happened there, Megan? It was like a concertina. Perez wouldn't give way.
They stupidly thought it was a good idea to go free, almost 4 cars. See?
Now Max didn't give Leclerc any room, but he had nowhere to go. Leclerc couldn't have backed out. And now we're seeing Russell with Piastri very close together around the outside of the Forest Sol. And they're still trying it. Russell's holding it through. And the yellow flag has now been brought in as we start that too. Verstappen leads. Throttle damage, some wing damage, but will stay out. We don't see anything yet. That's okay. So Leclerc's not going to come into the pit lane. He stays out in second position. But you could hear the fans, over 400,000 of them, hearts breaking in Mexico. And Leclerc's got front wing end plate damage.
Of all the Red Bulls, it had to be Checo, didn't it? Though also, I must say, this is a really good thing, box Perez, though it's very hard to tell when the drivers are dropping.
Yeah,
I cannot see it.
Perez checking for suspension damage then, Adam. What a start. Mexico did not need that. Let's hope he hasn't got any damage.
Yeah, what a start, and I don't know what. If I'm Checo, I would have.
It's done! It's done! He's banging the steering wheel! Surgeon, listen to the fans! He is out! It is a broken suspension! And Sergio Perez is out of the Mexico Grand Prix before turn 1!
I think there's something wrong with his back wheels as well.
Well, I was surprised the turning wasn't damaged. Here's the replay of the start then, Josh. Poor start for the Ferraris. Great start from Verstappen. He went to the inside like he did with the 2 Mercedes. Perez gets the turn and watch. Just a concertina, Josh.
Yeah, I don't know why they wanted to go 3 wide into turn 1. What did we say? He needs to keep out of trouble. What did Sergio Perez do? He got into trouble, and in a big way. He's on board with him on the start, and well, that's definitely, if Daniel Ricciardo gets a podium today, that's definitely going to be something to talk about.
It's his 2nd race retirement of the year. It is his 4th retirement in total of the year, and it was Perez's fault. He was on the outside line. He tried to turn out of it, but there was just nowhere to go. Ricciardo's still in 4th position. Yeah, 2nd behind to Sainz, as Megan's pointing out. Look, nothing Verstappen could do. Leclerc's going to need an evac team, and yeah, bang! Rear suspension, floor broken. It's completely out for Sergio Perez. Oh, hot heads. Yeah, DRS activated now as well on towards turn 1. What a start to the Grand Prix. On board with Charles Leclerc. And Adam, he's just going to have nowhere to go. He's got pinched by Verstappen, and now he's going to get pinched by Leclerc. By Perez.
Yeah, you feel. I mean, and Sergio got air. I mean, he got massive air there. You see it on the replay. And Wow.
Here's the radio. We've got radio. We've got radio.
We have a punctual suspension damage.
So that was from Perez. They've brought it back into the garage. They'll do what they did in Japan to try and rebuild it, but it has got suspension damage. He's now 3 laps down. He retired, of course.
Reviewed no further investigation, Josh.
Yeah, well, it couldn't have been. It was a racing incident. Here's Leclerc.
By the stewards.
Some front wing damage, but we stay out. We don't see anything big.
Yeah, that's okay.
Well.
We had that on lap. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. It's gone now. And Russell's got the DRS to have a go at Piastri towards turn 1. It's lying in the middle of the racetrack, that end plate now.
Yeah, I knew that was coming, but also I saw on this AI radio transcriptions that Max, his front tyres are taking a bit of time to come up.
So that's going to give advantage to Leclerc, possibly Sainz now in 3rd position. Watch out for Danny Ricciardo with Lewis Hamilton. So Perez retired in the sprint race in Belgium after contact with Lewis Hamilton.
What does stock 9 mean?
He retired in Japan, position 9, switch 9. So if you think about Perez this year, retired in Belgium sprint race with damage after contact with Hamilton, retired in Japan after contact on the opening lap for not giving way, exactly the same situation. Got crashed into in Qatar by not giving way, and now is out here in Mexico by not giving way. What's the lesson we can learn? Perez doesn't give way. So I think that might be his Red Bull contract over. I don't think they're going to keep it. What was that from Hamilton under breakers? I just popped that back on the wall and look at
I definitely think so. And also, everyone, we finally got it. I've just seen a transcript from Sainz, and it's Ferrari said Mode Z.
Yeah, Mode Z, yeah, and Mode Z 4 times, each time 0 point behind. That's from Carlos Sainz.
We've got to the 26th letter of the alphabet.
And there's the end plate right in the centre of turn number 1. It's just off the racing line. Verstappen then down the order. Virtual safety car. They've deployed the virtual safety car. The whole track goes orange. And yeah, they had to do that. Yeah, I do.
I'm especially liking the radio transcriptions. I'm getting very transfixed with them. There's so many.
I thought Megan might like that part of the screen as well. I know when Kate's going to be here, she's going to be looking at that. Yes, go on, Josh T.
So that's a big bit. We just cut to Perez. He is holding back tears in that car. Look, there he is. They're putting a whole new side pod on, and well, VSC deployed in Perez. He is not happy about that, but well,
this is Lando.
Checo, give back his Lando.
Did he overtake under...
inside?
Has Lando overtook under VSC by any chance? No. That's just a replay of Lando's making his way up through the field, actually. He started down in 1917th. He's up to 15th now. Passing, and that was Piastri passing Russell.
I think Mercedes engineers nickname Hamilton Lucy.
Yeah,
like
could
Lewis.
be. Yeah.
Either that or he's complimenting an engineer called Lucy.
Sometimes it does change. Let's hear from Charles Leclerc on the radio.
So now front wing is clean. We are missing around 5 to 10 points. Okay, missing around 5 to 10 points.
So 5 to 10 points of aero is being lost, and that's not going to help at all. Jess, what did you make of that start as we head back to green flag racing in around about 3 seconds' time? We are racing again. Megan's noticing.
I've just seen an AI transaction of George Russell. He says, from my wits, I'm magical.
Yeah, sometimes the AI doesn't get it quite right on the translator that quickly, but it is quite funny to watch.
So just before the build up, George got called Georgia, and also one of the drivers said, make sure to like, share and subscribe.
Oh, that explains why it was Lucy and Lewis.
Leclerc has been noted for driving in an unsafe condition.
Right, that was with a wing plate adding off then. Omi's back in the box, I believe. Omi, what did you make of it?
Hello. Well, classic stuff happening, I guess. Might just be heading to bed soon, to be honest, because I'm not really waiting around to see what happens out of there, because I already know the results. So.
He's dropped the mic. He's dropped the mic. I thought,
like Obama.
And Perez is out of the car. Perez is out. He is fully out now of the Grand Prix. He becomes our first retirement. He's out of the car. And, well, it's goodbye Perez. He failed to finish here in 2018. I read this stat out in the pre-race show that the only time he's failed to finish the race was 2018. He's failed to finish it now for only the second time after having 2 years running for Sergio Perez in podium places in 21 and 22. So it has changed over again as we're seeing a battle now as Hamilton can't pass Ricciardo despite having the fastest lap. So Ricciardo is now going to become Verstappen's sort of teammate out there on the circuit in the AlphaTauri to try and close it in together. And Hamilton's going to try and throw on the medium compact tyres as much as they can.
Two things. One, Lando is extending his pit time of how long he's on the tyres. Two, apparently there's an awkward house DRS somewhere.
Must be an awkward angle to get the DRS. I knew Megan would love this new timing screen. I've never seen... Last time I saw you this transfixed, you were threatening Roscoe.
I stand by my statement. He was being an idiot.
Lewis, that is, by the way, being an idiot.
Magnussen, purple sector 1.
Yes, 28.792 on the board. DRS being activated again then. So, Adam, it looks like you're correct with your prediction of Verstappen being a race winner. He's 1.9 seconds clear already, and now it's pretty much race over with 65 laps to go.
Yeah, and you so feel for Checo. You know, he wanted to do good in his home country, and well, he didn't back off going into turn 1, and it's cost him a podium, and I think it's cost him his ride for
Hamilton?
2024.
Hamilton going to go. Oh, no, never mind. I think you're right there. It has cost him it. And it might be going to this man here, Danny Ricciardo, who is running in 4th position and is holding up Lewis Hamilton. So some really good stuff here from Ricciardo as they come through.
Would you like to know what the push code is for Kevin Magnussen?
Yeah?
Mode K.
Yellow flag sector 1. Yellow flag out briefly, and now it's gone in again. So
who was that for?
That was literally a second brief. Trapped sector 3.
Yeah.
So that is turns 1, 2, and the apex of 3. So maybe someone cut the corner.
What the hell? It turned off.
Yeah. So it looks like somebody. Lando, if you it just went away.
Can't you go down?
I was running hot steak, says Lewis Hamilton. That's what
I thought you were vegan.
Let's have some Russell.
Watch a bit more.
I think sounds good.
On the left of that time.
That's Joe actually on the radio. What a race this is turning into. 8 of 71, and it all blew up on the start line down towards turn 1.
I thought Lewis was vegan. That's really hot steak.
I know. I want to hear from Russell. He's on the radio somewhere. Here he is.
Brakes. Maintain what you're doing for brakes.
So Russell's having brake problems, but it's just maintain what you're doing then. So Russell's still struggling.
Has way too much understeer.
Oh, hang on, Hamilton trying to get a clean air. That was very much a quick turnaround on the cameras. Can't get her running towards turn number 1 though. Hamilton is the fastest man on the track, a 1:23.3. Leclerc on the last lap was the fastest, a 1:23.324. So it's still getting there. We're still getting into the tyre degradations. Pit stop, as Megan said, around about lap 20. Megan? Oh, so
yeah, around about.
It was Sonoda off track, and we're going to see it now.
Lando's the one who ratted him out.
Yeah, Sonoda off the track. Sonoda off the track, and lap time's been deleted.
He still rats people out.
So what? He said Sonoda off track.
Yeah, they asked him, did Sonoda go off track? It's like, yeah. Did he stay? No.
Nope. So off he goes through the gravel. Oh, and they're losing out. That's because.
Bollard rule, or is that not a thing this year?
I don't think he did follow the Bollard rule, did he? And that's why, because Lando's still behind him on that board.
Let me have a look if the turn 1, 2, 3 Bollard rule is a thing this year, because I didn't see a physical Bollard.
No, there's no exit curb.
I don't think there is one.
Car's running hot. Yeah, copy. Just stay on top of your dash.
And I'm not. The car is running hot, not the car is running steak. That was what it was. Yeah.
Also, Oscar is having to picture Hulkenberg, and where he'll be on the last lap.
Yuki has a problem with his clutch, which is causing his understeer.
Oh, again. So this is, yeah.
And he's pitted.
Ooh.
So that's Sonoda might be out of the race then. That might be two. That might be 2 of the 4 Red Bulls out of the race then. 1 Red Bull, 1 AlphaTauri joining the mix. We'll keep an eye on whether Sonoda calls it a day. We'll see it on the timing screen.
Joe has pressure on the throttle. I feel like I need a notepad and pen.
Megan's just. I've never seen Megan just steer completely that part of the commentary box as well.
Can I go get an... Oh, everyone's being told about Hamilton.
Megan wants to make some commentary notes. This is new. Here you are, notepad. And I'll find you a biro somewhere. All right, here we go. Let's hear from Norris.
To overtake.
We must pull out to the right.
What?
Yeah, I am. I'm doing it everywhere. No one else is doing it. Just me.
See? Tattletale!
Yeah,
I mean, we still love you, but you're a tattletale.
Norris is having problems then with the pace. Oops.
Okay.
Go on.
They've only highlighted the turn 11, how you have to keep to the left of the, right of the first bollard and then the left of the second on the apex of turn 11.
Who has a slow stop? Who's
Sonoda.
pitted?
Sonoda's just come in. He's had put on the hard compound tyres.
They were slow.
Hamilton's right behind Ricciardo, pulls to the inside line down towards turn 1, and Hamilton makes the move up to 4th place, passes Danny Ricciardo. Piastri keeping ahead of George Russell as well in towards turn 1. Nicely done on the inside line between the pair of them there, Adam, and a nicely done race strategy coming. Megan's knocked my mouse over.
Sorry.
Yeah, nice pass from Lewis Hamilton, and I think Lewis can get a podium. I truly do.
Sorry about this, everybody, by the way, if you're having a bit of blotchy pictures because Megan knocked the mouse.
Sorry.
So it's put my my USB dock on the bottom, so I need to move it from to the left and then back to the bottom again so it doesn't interfere with the driver tracker systems. There we go. Sorry about that, everyone. Let's hear from Nico Hülkenberg, shall we? He's on the radio.
Give me some suggestions here. It's not good.
Copy that.
This is where Megan really wishes she knew shorthand. She's just sat in the corner. We can't even see you.
Hulkenberg's rear left is hot and he's backing up people.
Right, and he is actually. Look, you can see on the driver tracker. There's a train starting to form with Hülkenberg coming to the Forest Sol section. So.
Max is doing 23.3.
Right, Sonoda has gone back out the track. He's put on a hard compound tyre to come onto it. Verstappen then a 1:23.218, and now Piastri under attack from Russell. 6/10 the gap as he comes down towards turn number 1. Russell with the DRS much faster. Thinks about a move on the inside line. Piastri just shuts the door, allows George to sort of use those slipstreams to his advantage. And
Lando is boxing.
Yeah, pit confirmed. So Lando's in. On board with George Russell. Let's see what tyres he goes on to. He was on.
Language, Pierre Gasly.
Gasly's just sworn on the radio.
I'm writing that down.
Norris, interesting enough, has put on a brand new set of hard compound tyres. So, yeah. All starting to play together now, aren't they? As we see, this is Alonso letting Stroll through, Adam. That's team orders between the pair of them.
I mean... it makes... Oh wait, no, it's the other way around. It would make sense if Alonso was in front. Of course, Alonso speeding in the pit lane on his reconnaissance laps by 0.1 of a kilometre an hour. Not the first time we've seen that this weekend. That also happened in one of the practice sessions as well.
Megan's now got control of the mouse, so we've lost her in the commentary box. Well, at least this will be interesting later on in the season. Oops, I'm standing on the green screen monitor as well. Yeah, let me move that way for you. Megan's just completely zoned out now. She's not in. She's obsessed with the new timing screen. So that's always fun. Yeah, you can have those.
I mean, we always knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, we said it in practice 3.
Yep.
I've got some information.
That's right.
Well, go on then, say it.
Max is running hot. He can't go on to the left. Verstappen.
Max, it's not helping you, I don't think. Yeah, but I'm trying to hit it correctly with our cars. It's not very lovely there.
Which leads me on to my point. He's having to avoid the right-hand side of the track and stay on the left because it's causing him major problems and he's losing time.
So,
yeah.
Max is having a lot of issues then out there on the circuit. I think we've
Lance
lost...
is having to picture the big picture and he's still having to picture Hulkenberg.
I think we've lost Megan from commentary role. Josh T might just replace her quickly on that one. Megan's now pointing a finger gun at me, one of those, if you can't see on the TV pictures. SS Racer says, one person's going to be happy, Hamilton's going to close the gap to Perez. That's true. The gap in the championship is going to increase. Taking a look at it at the moment.
For Lewis fans, apparently he's doing a good job on the brakes.
I'm trying to find out where it is, but here we go. So at the moment, Hamilton will be on 213 points. Perez on 213 as things stand.
I miss valuable information.
You can still read it. There you go.
No, I can't!
There. There's Megan turning into Hannah Schmitz then, at the moment, it seems, up here in the commentary box.
Thank you.
Watching on with team radios.
That keeps doing that!
Yeah, I'm moving it back over here. So, Tsunoda had a lap time deleted. He's on 1 track limits excursion, by the way. Yeah.
What was that?
We are on plan A for science.
No.
Plan A for science. You've shown them.
Where is it? Where's the mouse?
I don't know, but you've mucked up the laptop again. The one time we give you it. Right, there you go. Decrease or increase as well.
That's not what I saw.
What did you see? Who was it from?
That's another thing to clip for the sample with Megan saying, "Where's the mouse?"
I've never seen this so much in the commentary box before. It's quite funny.
Hulkenberg's having a problem with his left-hand side.
And
which is still having a problem.
So that's the second time he's repeated that, coming into it. What did you make at the start then, Jess?
Definitely Perez's fault there, by a shadow of a doubt. He shouldn't... Well, he could have gone for the move, but he should have backed out a bit earlier, because 3 wide to turn 1 does not go. So, yeah.
Thank you.
I think you're right. It doesn't, and I can't believe it happened right away. Straight away, he's out of the race. I literally was on about him retiring a couple of races ago. So he's got a lot of DNFs. I don't think Max has had a DNF this year. His worst result was 5th in Singapore. Other than that, he's been 1st or 2nd, even in the sprint races. So Max's worst result came in Singapore with P5.
That's Sargent.
No, it's
not Sargent, that's Albon.
Yeah, it's Albon getting ahead of somebody. Zhou for 10th. There we go.
Landing rear left, Lewis.
We are going plan A for Leclerc. Well, we need that. And that's coming through again.
Lewis needs a balance check.
It's all going off today, Adam, isn't it? It's a good race, actually. But Max now 4.3 clear to Verstappen. Max is going to take off into the distance.
As Max Verstappen was saying, gracias everyone, and say nada. It's called Max Verstappen wants to go have the biggest fiesta in Mexico, and Checo, I think it's going to need a siesta after this.
Don't blame one bit as to that. He's going to have a nice Sunday evening drive as we now take a look at this is, well, that's Gasly trailing Hulkenberg as
he has understeer turn 5.
Give us a balance check when you can. Balance is great, mate.
That's Hamilton's radio. What did you say about Gasly?
Understeer turn 5 and 8.
So Gasly's starting to lose on medium compounds then. So those who start on the hards, Albon's 10th and Ocon's 17th. Go on.
On understeer turn 5 and oversteer for turn 8.
Thank you.
So we're coming down towards turn 5. It's at the exit, this little section here, into 4 and 5. So watch Gasly's car then. Does he have... Oh, and a lock-up actually from Hulkenberg ahead of him. And now we see... Yeah, Gasly having to fight the rear of the car, wanting to step out, but Hulkenberg had the biggest problem through this part of the track as well. He locked up and it's compromised him throughout the entirety of the section of the track there. Not a bad run this, actually. It's a good Grand Prix. Don't switch off, anybody. This is getting very, very entertaining.
There's a problem with the right-hand side of the track. Everyone's having to avoid it, because now Lance is having to avoid it too. Must
be the curbs then on these tyres. It's a predominantly hit the... It's a left-hand side track, so you hit the right-hand side tyres more.
And I'm not sure that Hulkenberg's going to make it to the end of the race.
A lot of problems with him.
His left side especially, his tyres are not doing it for him, and it's only affecting that side.
Hamilton's closing in on Sainz.
Tells me it's a braking issue.
Yeah, rear braking sounds like for Hulkenberg. We'll keep an eye on it.
Maybe his front, you know.
Yeah, look at this though. We've got 2 races. Have we got 2 sets of races going on? We've got Verstappen, then we've got Leclerc, then we've got Sainz, Hamilton, Ricciardo, Russell, Piastri in that little battle. Then it's Hulkenberg with Gasly as we approach turn 1.
Both fronts now.
For Hulkenberg. Oh, he's right in front. He locked up though. That's probably why he's got that problem. Should we hear from Hulkenberg? He has been on the team radio a second ago.
Copy that. shape 4 if you think the rear will take it. Copy on aero balance.
Yeah, so it's aero bound to the car, Megan. You're right. Here's Hamilton.
Get past.
Lewis, we'll keep our powder dry for another couple of laps. Let the deck come to us.
So
Russell's been given a track limits warning. Russell's had a lap time deleted, so that's 1 on the board for him, as well as Yuki Tsunoda. We've just noticed up here in the commentary box on the new systems we've got available to us going into this one.
Should the safety windows be open?
Yeah, safety lift and coast required for Stroll, so he's not making fuel margins at the moment to come into it.
By the way, Lewis is struggling to follow.
I expect so. Lewis is 1.223 behind Sainz at the moment.
Max is going to pit.
Max is pitting.
Lance
is pitting. Radio's going to go over the tyres. So Lance is going to come into the pit lane then.
Going to give him better tyres.
Would he do it now?
Said radio off. So.
Yeah, would he do it now though? That's the question. Where is he? He's coming into the forward Sol. So
Max is still having problem with the heat.
Gap to Verstappen 4.4. Yeah, so yes, is Stroll going to pit this lap? No, he's going to continue on this time around. So Stroll going to wait to go. But he's on old medium compounds. They've done 18 laps, remember, so a lap longer than everybody else is in this race. As things stand, to save paper, Megan, please use the other side when you tear it over.
Oh, well.
Lovely, thank you. To come into it. So lap 18 of 71 then, 54 laps to go.
5 lap hold. I think that Lando's going to be coming in 5 laps.
He's on the hard, he changed over to hard tyres.
Yeah, that's his plan A.
Ooh. Incident involving car 16 Leclerc will be investigated after the race for driving the car in an unsafe condition. So the FIA are going to look at it. Interesting.
All safety car windows are now open.
So that's, yep, there it is. So is that going to be a penalty? 2 races running? Surely not. He got disqualified last time out at the United States Grand Prix for a plank being too worn out. Hamilton had the same thing. And going to buy the mouse because we're going to hear from Oscar Piastri.
And Oscar, both safety car windows open. Both safety car windows open.
That's exactly what you were saying, Megan. And here's Sargent.
Make sure you use Alex's feedback for when we stop.
Yeah, I saw that.
Verstappen radio.
Tyres giving up.
Tyres are giving up, mate. There's not much I can do.
Understood, thank you.
I thought we had Josh and Omi and Jess at race control. Never mind this. Megan's just doing it all by herself. She's finding new passion in the commentary box. Reading that daily screen.
Yeah.
I've never seen you more invested in a race, Megan. Do you feel like you know?
I like data.
Yeah.
Do you know?
I'm going to put you in your.
Oh, okay.
Plus 2 laps for Joe from his target lap.
We might move you from commentator to pit lane.
No. I can do both. I used to.
Alright, fair dues. She did actually. Box for Verstappen. And so Max is coming in this lap.
You've been having trouble with about 7 laps now.
Hamilton's right in the back as well of Sainz, 4/10 the gap, so there will be DRS coming. But Verstappen will pit. That will give the lead back to Leclerc. And that's a very late call in for Verstappen on the pit lane entry. Nearly missed the bollard. He'll come in then and get ready to start the stopwatch now. Changing over. Bit slow on the front left away to 2.4 second stop.
Yuki's happy.
Hamilton's with the DRS now. Can he get second place away from Carlos Sainz down to turn 1? Reeling him in. Looks about to move on the inside line, doesn't get it. Verstappen rejoins 7th. Well, this is going to get interesting now, Adam, because we've got other drivers on alternate strategies.
Oh, yeah. This is going to get very interesting and takes us back to last weekend in Austin, where we all thought Max Verstappen was going to be on a 1-stop strategy, and it turned out he was on a 2-stop strategy and fooled everybody. So, could it happen 2 weeks in a row?
I wouldn't say no. I would expect it to happen 2 weeks in a row as well.
Bottas is not sticking to plan A.
I think Alonso's got some problem as well coming through. And yeah, so it's a little bit understeering for Alonso. So Alonso having a lot of trouble out there right now as they continue in. And let's hear from Max.
If you wish. Just be sensible in these first 3 or 4 laps.
Yeah, don't kill the tyres. Whatever you do, don't kill the tyres. That's one thing you can't do.
Kevin's struggling.
Oh, so Kevin's struggling out there. Let's hear from Fernando Alonso on the radio.
We're still plan A, we're sticking to plan A.
So Alonso, despite the problems, is still keeping to plan A. Hamilton can't get past. And Sainz locks up. Sainz locking up into turn 1. It doesn't give him the advantage, though, to Lewis, but he'll close him back up to get a good exit. DRS active on the run down towards turn number 4 and 5. I know, he just can't get around. And that Mercedes, Josh T, continually pulling out of the way. He said it was running hot. Megan, you said it was running hot as well, but Josh, it can't get, that Mercedes cannot get any air. Of course, we've been saying all weekend, altitude, big issue here.
Yep, altitude, of course, but Bernie Collins' favourite word for this weekend.
Don't need.
As Lance is happy with lifting coast.
Do you know, I've never said this before, but I don't need Bernie Collins, I've got Megan.
By the way, what's a left-hand toggle?
Toggle switch on the left-hand side of the wheel.
Oh, well, Norris keeps going on about it at turn 4.
So it's the magic. He wants a different magic for the brake balance.
Is literally just speaking facts. Top speed is quite fast here.
Who's pitting? Is it Russell or is it Hamilton? Which one's going to come in? Because Mercedes is getting ready for a pit stop. It's going to be for Russell, I think.
Yep, because Lewis's tyres are still good.
Is Russell going in?
He should be.
He's in the last corner now.
Though, I think it's a bit of a waste. Both of their tyres are still decent.
You're right, yeah, they're both going through. So Mercedes just going out in preparation if either their drivers wanted to stop during that moment. On board with Max Verstappen, running now, going for an overtake on Russell to the inside line. Candy, baby, meet Max. Nicely done there into turn 1.
Hamilton over the curbs in turns 2 and 3.
Who was?
Verstappen.
Oh, Zhou pits after 21 laps on the mediums. So Zhou Guanyu is taking over on the tyre strategy. Just wonder what he's going to go on. Let's hear from Carlos Sainz.
We still think one stop is still the best. France, 0.7.
Wow.
So I think Max is going to stop. What tyres he got on to, Megan? Hards. I don't think he can get hard tyres 50 odd laps. So I reckon he's on a 2-stopper. Adam, this could go Ferrari's way. They've got the tyres and Verstappen's stuck in traffic.
You mean Ferrari has a shot to win? You mean Ferrari's doing good things in Mexico?
For what?
Was last? Yeah, that's. It's about time Ferrari did good things.
For once, they're actually doing it. For once, they're actually having a good side. And we're in Mexico City. It's Halloween. And currently, maximum viewers on YouTube were 666 for a few seconds. As there goes Verstappen, making his way easily past Oscar Piastri. And it's not just because of car performance, because we know the McLaren is just as equal in speed as the Red Bull at the moment. It's because of the tyre difference. Oscar is on 22-lap-old mediums, and Max is on 3-lap-old hard tyres. So there's a huge difference of work play at the moment coming into it. As
such a problem.
Sergeant pits, Lando's going to have a go on Fernando to the inside. Lando, stay cool, he's got him, and that's going to be Tsunoda passing Ocon in situ into turn 1. Nicely done.
Hulkenberg is going to be such a problem for the rest of the field.
Oh, what's he on?
He's being a massive problem and going slow and keeping Gasly behind constantly and everyone else.
Well, to be fair, yeah, look at this. He's Gasly and Hulkenberg going through the middle sector now. But then we've got Albon, Bottas, Magnussen, Stroll, Norris, Alonso, Tsunoda, Ocon, all starting to get closed up. Leclerc is 7 seconds ahead of Sainz and Hamilton, but the gap between Leclerc and Verstappen is 13.1. The maximum pit stop here under safety car is 18 seconds. So Max at the moment has race advantage.
Not Sergeant, sorry. Zoe is getting mad at his mechanic, saying, "You are speaking to me every time in the mid-corner, man." And his engineer replies with, sorry, man.
Don't talk to me.
Gasly's getting annoyed too.
Don't talk to me in the braking zone. Don't talk to me in the braking zone. That's what we heard last weekend, where was it, in Austin, Texas, screaming down the microphone to us.
Has a double stacking.
Wow.
Wait, it's Hulkenberg in that. Thank goodness!
Both in.
You have been such a problem for the rest of the field. Even Ricardo, who's in 4th, is talking about you.
I've never had to take my headphones off to Megan in a while. But yeah, so it's a double stack. Hulkenberg was a good start. Magnussen 3.4 seconds. Hulkenberg's put on brand new hards. Magnussen, what tires? Oh, brand new hard tires, yeah. Just had to swap up then on the data screen up here in the comms box. But he has put on those tires as well to come into it. We've also found out we don't need to have 6 tires. We can have 3, which is only going to be a 3-stopper. So we'll change that next time out. So and have a bit more data on the screen. I go near the timing screen now. Megan feels like she wants to bat my hand away.
Here comes Hamilton.
Hamilton boxes, final 8. So Hamilton comes in from 3rd position. Now the gap between him and Verstappen is 5 seconds. Ricciardo goes through. Verstappen now goes through, back up into 3rd position.
I think
Ricciardo's
Oscar's going to box.
Who is? Piastri.
Oscar.
Goes to, and there goes Verstappen.
Oh, stay out for Piastri.
Oh, yeah.
That was a late call. Piastri has stayed out because he's got to block off Lewis Hamilton as well to help Lando Norris later on in the race. That's who they're racing. So Verstappen has been let through as well by Danny Ricciardo. Of course he does, because Danny doesn't want to muck up his new teammate next year, or returning teammate, because I think Perez, well and truly, he took off here in Mexico. I think Christian Horner's going to get the bazooka. If not him, definitely Helmut Marko has already got out with the pickaxes.
What's PU, the initial?
Power unit. Who's having power unit?
Oscar is having a lot of problems with his power unit, with cooling. And Magnussen track limits.
So Magnussen now gets a limit on as well. So Oscar Piastri running in 5th position, can't cool the McLaren. And we saw the...
Fail.
Say again?
Wow.
Fail Brava 00 OK for Esteban Ocon.
So Ocon's in trouble as well. He's down in 15th place. It's all blowing up here in Mexico. Here's Carlos Sainz.
Got to be boxing, surely,
Our best bet is to extend and go optimal 1 stop. Copy.
So then...
There's already problems.
For?
Zhou.
No.
He's only been out 4 laps on these tyres and we're already giving him massive problems.
And he's on hard tyres as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's the track temperature? 47 degrees. So it's bubbling, and in comes Oscar Piastri. Changed over to hard tyres. Well, that's not... Look at that.
I'm laughing at the AI at the moment. Is everything okay with the salt? No, says Pierre Gasly.
There was too much salt on those trays.
Oh yeah. Over at the NASCAR race there in Martinsville, Virginia, the pace car has had problems. So under a caution, so they've had to tow the pace car back to pit road and use the safety truck, to as the pace car. I kid you not.
I am switching over right now.
That is hilarious. That is
oh my god, that happened in one, I think, IndyCar race at one point, didn't it?
It
And
did.
Fernando Alonso's just been told, shakedown, it's just shakedown.
Oh, so the car's not going good there. Where
There's
is
massive problems.
For
everyone who has just pitted.
Okay, so safety car window is open for Esteban Ocon. This is Lando Norris getting through on Stroll for 11th place.
Russell pits.
Russell into... Okay.
Russell's been told to box.
I wouldn't. It hasn't worked out well for everyone else.
So, yeah, it's not. Russell's in now. He's in now. Get the stopwatch ready as he boxes. It's a slow in.
Oh, no.
Changes over. And away. Oh, 2.3. I got his 2.3. They say 2.6. Megan, you've ripped off the...
That's not bad, though.
Not too bad. Very good optimal start position there.
Hulkenberg's still slow.
So, everyone has just changed over to hard compound
They're
tyres.
all saying slow. Even Hamilton's like, is this slow?
So, the hard compound tyre isn't biting with the surface, but that's the tyre if you want to do a one-stop.
I'm going to be in trouble at this rate, says Logan Sargent.
This is a really strange race. Tyre temperature playing a factor when we didn't expect it to. Literally did not see this coming. Oh, Magnus. Oh, we've already said that. Adam, this is great. We saw this in IndyCar back in the day as Piastri passes Bottas with ease.
Yes, we saw this in IndyCar back in the day. And every time you mention altitude, one city here in the United States comes to mind, and that is...
Norris hit the
Denver,
box.
Colorado. So, since they have altitude
Russell.
as well, so
Surely we could have overcut him. we're at risk from Norris behind on that half tyre.
What do you mean a risk in the box?
That was him talking about why Albon was ahead of Russell.
Right, Ricardo's in.
After pit stop.
Ricardo changes, and it's a good stop from AlphaTauri, 2.3. Nicely done, boys. Yeah,
Fernando said his tyres are gone.
Damn. And he swore during that, so they're really gone.
And there goes Ricardo leaving the pit lane. Russell's going to go for a move on the inside line to get ahead of Valtteri Bottas and does so. And at the same time, Piastri passes Albon for 7th position. All change at Venus for the Brighton line. Great run, this. Back to you, Adam, with what you were saying about
one city that comes to mind when it comes to altitude for me here in the United States is Denver, Colorado, since they're in the Rocky Mountains and they're really above sea level. So, and I can't believe you're having trouble with the hard tires in Mexico. That's one thing I don't think any of us would have ever talked about today. I mean, I don't know if we could see a restop strategy, but I mean, anything could happen, regarding how the hard tires have been affected today.
Yeah, and Denver, of course, nicknamed the Mile High City because its official elevation is exactly 1 mile above sea level. That's 5,280 feet. Or 1,609 metres.
Gasly's coming into the pit lane, but Russell's going to be having an attack here on Albon and goes straight up, and Russell makes 2 places with that pit stop for Gasly, way offline of the dust. So, to sum up, as Albon has a little look back, everybody who's changed over to hard tyres, struggling, but are faster than everyone who hasn't changed tyres yet. So, that's interesting.
Piastri's struggling.
Magnussen and Sainz, lap time deleted.
How many more laps you can do at this pace? Question.
Everything feels good, everything is under control.
As we see Norris go right around the outside of Albon down turn 4, Bottas has flashbacks to when he took out Raikkonen in 2015. He literally lifts off the throttle not to take out Norris. He's had a 2-minute flashback there as well. Somebody play Fortunate Son. And there is Sergio Perez in the media pen as Verstappen up to 2nd place past Sainz has got the fastest lap at a 1:22.224. He's reeling in the 7 seconds to Leclerc, and there is Sergio Perez. We'll hear, I hate that. A father consoling a young son who is absolutely in tears. That's not the part of motorsport we like to see, but hopefully. I know the day, the one thing I always remember Ian Birch saying as well, you may have this today, you may have lost the race or the match, but remember the day out. The day out is the most important, and I never would change any of that because it was fantastic days out we had to Wembley and football matches. You may lose the game, but I can say I've seen my local club score a goal at Wembley in a final, and I've also saw my local club score a goal at Chelsea, so I'm happy. Tsunoda up the inside line, getting ahead of Stroll, and that's a great move, but Stroll's going to try and fight back around the outside. Hasn't worked. Good stuff there from Lance Stroll.
Oh my.
Yeah, saw that.
Fernando.
Zhou Guan Yu has literally just told his engineer, F you, how do I pronounce this? Derriere. Ash hole. I can say that because that was on I can do the good place. Yeah.
Science is boxing, and it smells really burning in the car for Zoe.
I can do the good place as well because that was on before the watershed. So literally, Zhou Guan Yu just told his engineer, "Fork you, ash hole." I had to really say that, but technically you can do that.
Syllable.
Yeah, that's the right way to say it, Josh.
That's the way to do it.
Alonso should be pitting soon.
Yeah.
How did Ted Danson do the floss?
So Josh, are you are you a Chelsea supporter?
No. I'm a Grimsby Town supporter, and I saw them score a goal at Chelsea.
We are not Chelsea supporters. We do not support.
And there goes Lando on the inside line, getting ahead of Albon for 8th position. Definitely not Chelsea.
Magnussen, 2nd violation.
Oh, here's Joe.
And
Last
Stroll
box.
stops for the first time.
Really burning the car.
Yeah, that's what you.
We are checking.
Joe.
Yeah, that's what you both said, wasn't it? Before something was on fire in the car.
Yeah.
Science track limits, as well as Josh T just said. So did Magnussen. Oh, Ferrari getting ready for a pit stop. Which one's this one?
That will be Sainz.
I hope that. Does Sainz know about this?
Leclerc.
Does Leclerc know about this?
I don't think he did. Leclerc coming in quite quickly now. Here we go. Start the stopwatch. Max Verstappen takes lead. No, it's a slow stop at the front lens. It's 2.8 according to my timing screen. They got it as 2.4.
They only just told it.
They only just told him. My goodness
Yeah,
me.
just before the pit lane.
Really slow there. Max takes the lead of the race then. He's already at turn 1. Leclerc comes out, but crucially gets out ahead of Lewis Hamilton. But Hamilton's going to be so much faster down the start-finish straight. Leclerc should be up to temperature, and Charles Leclerc crucially gets out ahead of Lewis Hamilton.
3 seconds.
Now that is crucial. I say this because Verstappen cannot go another 40 laps on these tyres. He's already done another. He's already done 12. He has to stop again. So Verstappen has to stop again. Leclerc doesn't. That's going to be mega in the last strategy of this race. And that was Magnussen going off track at the last corner on the dust.
That's what should be pitting soon.
It's a bit dusty out there, Kevin. Oof. And this is Zhou Guanyu locking up and nearly making contact with Esteban Ocon. Bottas into the pits.
We have a lot.
What?
I didn't notice these a couple, like Magnussen's
time.
Thing.
Yeah, Josh T got them. Yeah.
Good.
See, look, the lap time conditions.
A long way to go in this race. Think I can make it on this tyre?
Every chance, Lewis.
I don't think they can. There's 39 laps to go. Hamilton's in 7 laps on these tyres. And Max Verstappen has got 39 laps to go. He's done 13 laps on these tyres.
Speaking of Max, front wing offset, please, Max.
So just don't take the toe as much.
Yeah.
Just listen in.
Ever since his pit stop, he isn't having as much problem.
Jeff says, oh, Josh, so you support the Mariners? Yeah, local side. Yellow flag sector 2. Yellow flag. Oh, huge accident for one of the house cars.
Get out.
This Kevin Magnussen has hit the wall, and this will be a safety car, maybe a red flag. It's down in sector. It's down at the S's section at turn 8. So this will serve it. Safety cars deployed.
Very small one.
He got out so quickly. Oh, thank God he's okay.
And this might be a red flag. Big safety cars deployed. The Mercedes AMG will go out, but that Tech Pro barrier is damaged.
He's hiding.
Yeah, Magnussen just now checking his leg. That's a huge impact.
Inside.
It's gone in backwards, Megan, and so it's a rear act. So he's come into turn 8, I reckon, and he's lost it. Like, the leader's just going through now with Verstappen and Leclerc. So I reckon he's lost the rear. Fluid everywhere. This will be a red flag. Tech Pro needs appearing,
and that car is on fire.
Yeah, and it's in a dangerous part of the track as well. He's dropped it early.
Inside too.
And this is the perfect opportunity as Max Verstappen's going to come into the pit lane. He was on 13 lap on hard tyres. He's now going to go on a brand new set of hard tyres, puts it back on strategy. Perfect call for Verstappen, and Ferrari are literally punching their desks. If only they would have waited one more lap, they would have kept the net lead of the race. As it stands, they might have lost it.
Danny needs to pit now.
Leclerc is in second place. Verstappen back on. It is a dead heat. Same tyres. And there's the fire for Kevin Magnussen.
It's really gone out of it now, though.
Rear brakes on fire. This will be a red flag.
They could still pit Leclerc, can't they?
They've only just pitted Leclerc, so
it has
there's
not
no
updated.
It has, look, 2 lap on
Leclerc
hard.
is not happy on the radio.
Right, here's Magnussen. So he just came out of the pit lane to Kevin Magnussen, 8 laps ago.
Albon and Sonoda should take this opportunity off him too.
So he hits the accelerator on the
curb.
No, I reckon that was a suspension failure, because he turned in and the front right wheel just didn't go.
It immediately.
Look,
okay, this is way too strange because they do not get that much. All that steam that should not be coming out of there right now.
That's a suspension failure for Magnussen and a huge hit into the Tech Pro. I don't know why they're all stopping. It'll have to be a red flag because the Tech Pro's damaged. And we know how long that'll take, so this will be a red flag. Yeah, this is poor marshalling, says Jenny Gao. Poor marshalling, says Jenny Gao.
I am so good at telling when there's a fire in the cars.
Medical car's gone out. Medical car's gone out to get him now.
Yeah, I've never seen a driver literally hide in the Tech Pro barriers. He's just like, okay, I'm just going to sit here for a bit. It's
Red
safer
flag.
here.
Red flag's out.
Red flag,
flag.
yeah.
Yeah,
Red flag.
The red flag is out. The Mexico City Grand Prix has been stopped. It had to be stopped because the Tech Pro is damaged. The car needs repairing. There's fluid on the track, and they need to completely close off that section of the track.
Oh.
So the Mexico City Grand Prix is red flagged. It's our third race meeting of 2023 that has taken this procedure, and we will now line up in the pit lane. And we will have another start procedure. So it's lap 34 of 71. We're not at half distance just yet. There's 38 laps to go. So there will be another restart with a second half of the race still to go. Verstappen leads from Leclerc, Hamilton, Sainz, Ricciardo in the top 5, and the red flag's out. Megan.
What the? Max Verstappen. Hey, that's a joke. Red flag for what? I saw the car was a bit on fire, but it's already all cleared.
No, it's the Tech Pro. It's a fast part of the track. The Tech Pro's damaged.
Max, think with your head.
Norris could be in point range here. People will say Verstappen was lucky, but he built the gap from pit exit. You make a mistake. You make your own look to an extent as Ed. Well, that's saved Verstappen then. It really has.
Also, Lewis, you can tell Lewis has been in it for a long time. It's just like, let me guess, red flag?
Yeah. Had to. Well, as soon as I saw that accident, I said this will have to be a red flag because it's that part of the track. And Magnussen into the wall, and the race is stopped.
Gasly's boxing. Tyres are cold from Lewis. Coming up in pit lane. Alex's. I mean, you can't pit now.
Yeah.
You can't. Not in red.
So the race is stopped, and this is what I said would happen. Do you remember, Megan? I said I probably won't get to eat my dinner because they'll probably get a red flag.
You can bring your dinner in here.
I'm not bringing my dinner into the commentary box.
Why not?
Because all the cobwebs and this thing, no, not bringing a Sunday dinner in here, half a Sunday dinner in here. So, red flag's out then, race stopped. We'll get 10 minutes before we get confirmation. Let's hear Verstappen's radio.
2 seconds, Kareem.
Can I jump
That's a joke. Red flag for what? I saw the car was a bit on fire, but it's already all cleared.
Various noise on the radios, as you can imagine, Max.
Right, so I presume.
Use your noise on the radio there, Max. Yeah, it had to be a red flag.
That coming from a 3-time world champion.
Yeah.
Are you dumb, Max? You see, the Tech Pro is destroyed because you obviously saw the car, which, by the way, on fire. You're not meant to leave that. It would not have been cleared by then because they would have had to wait for that part of the car to cool down. Because that part of the car is where you help to lift it because it was next to the wheels. Are you dumb? Also, it's still on the track. And the Tech Pro barrier is destroyed and there's debris all the way across the track. You think it's not a red flag, then you're an idiot.
So, the red flag is out then, and that's Niles Vittek, the race director, who's gone out there on a moped.
Going through the
Why
debris
did he
too.
go straight through the debris?
Thank you, Josh, was thinking the same thing I was.
Yeah, look at that Tech Pro. As soon as I saw that accident, I knew it would be red flag, because that Tech Pro needs repairing. He's
assessing it.
It's like an air fence in MotoGP, isn't it? As soon as one of those pop, you've got to red flag it.
Yes.
He's assessing it.
Well, at least we know our new graphics work with red flags and all that lot. And they get flashed out nicely.
That was very smart of the driver tracker. You could see the point of the yellow flag, and then you could see where it changed from the yellow to the orange to the double yellow. Let's have a look again.
Watch the front right.
He took a lot of curb.
There.
Failed. That failed. That front right completely failed. It did not turn at all, as Josh
Wait a
did
minute.
say.
He was on the right-hand side of the track, too.
Yes.
Yeah, you've been saying all throughout the race the right-hand side's been wearing on, especially on the... And Hulkenberg's been having problems.
Yeah. But it's
Look
the
how
right-hand
much
side.
curb he took.
But it is the left-hand side of his car
Rear.
which had the problems.
There, rear. It's the rear. It's the rear left.
And people have been having problems with the left-hand side of their cars.
Yeah. So it's the rear left suspension that failed. Good. Yeah, and Hulkenberg, you've written it down somewhere. Hulkenberg had the same thing you said earlier on in the race.
Hulkenberg, I have said repeatedly, had left-hand side problems.
So it's a
so
repeat.
let's look for Magnussen. I write him down as Kevin, I think.
Well,
Kevin is struggling.
Shouldn't take too long to restart this race. Should we hear from Danny Ricciardo? He's on the radio.
Is anyone still on hard from the beginning?
Yes. Sonoda was. Sonoda's on 25 laps, so Sonoda can change. But crucially, this is going to be a standing start restart. Ferrari can repair Charles Leclerc's front wing.
And maybe Piastri can get a better look at his power unit, though since he had his problems, it has cooled off a little bit, though I still wouldn't say it's best.
One thing, though, is that this red flag's going to get... Look, we can already see the fans are on the cars. It's going to cool down the power units massively. So, effectively, we've run half the race, put out a red flag. Now we're going to run another half of the race. So, temperatures aren't going to be as critical at the end of the race as we thought they were.
I would say that right now, some of their tyres are shot.
Yeah. Well, this is going to take a bit of time to clear all this lot up.
Ocon's especially, his tyres are shot beyond belief, because he has not pitted at all.
So Ocon's going to get a fresh air rubber.
Yeah.
Adam, just quickly, what's happening in the NASCAR then? Give us an actual race.
Sure. Give you guys an update on what's happening in Martinsville, Virginia regarding NASCAR Cup Series race. The top 5 are Chase Elliott, Eric Almirola, Corey LaJoie, Eric Jones, and Kyle Larson. 6 through 10 are Chris Buescher, Denny Hamlin, Ryan Blaney, Chase Briscoe, and Christopher.
Car crashed in front of me. It's going to be a safety car. Copy. Understood. That was Magnussen.
These guys got fresher tires than me. Might be in trouble. I'm still on the straight.
No, I think the tyre offset isn't enough.
Magnussen okay?
Yeah, he's out the car.
And Lando, do you think the hard will restart?
I'm going to have to say yes, aren't I? I can't say anything else, so...
Because he hasn't got anything else.
Go on, Adam.
Yeah, so the top 10 are Chase Elliott, Eric Almirola, Corey LaJoie, Eric Jones, Kyle Larson, Chris Buescher, Denny Hamlin, Ryan Blaney, Chase Briscoe, and Christopher Bell for Joe Gibbs Racing. Round out your top 10 in Martinsville. Lap 391 out of 500, and there have been a total of 10 lead changes so far. So that's what's happening on the NASCAR side, and you guys can go listen to the NASCAR race on USRN Radio, where Matthew Owens and Matt White and Seth Eves are right now. So while we're under a red flag, you can go listen to the Ghost guys as they call the last race in the playoffs before the championship deciding race next weekend in Phoenix.
It's going to be a mega race as well in Phoenix, Arizona, and everyone's now thinking, oh, we are trying to restart. Perez can restart? No, Perez is officially out of this race as well. We're going to be hearing from him shortly. In fact, I'm just trying to have a look, because on the multi-viewer, sometimes they put on videos so that you can see the drivers. So I want to see if that is going to load in ever so slowly. So there is it's just checking for updates. No, nothing yet. We'll leave that then. I can't play it.
I have done...
There's Magnussen's car, look, still on the pit wall. Megan?
1.5 pages of notes.
Before the red flag came out.
Yeah. I've even put a little description about the red flag. And a gap. It's still smoking. And this, everyone, is what Max Verstappen thought was fine.
To be fair, do you remember when it was bucketing it down at Zandvoort? And he still said, why is it red flag? It's fine.
It's like, I can see in this, I think that's because you're in first, mate, and you're not getting all the spray back.
Here's Niles Rittick, the race director. Yeah, everyone was aquaplaning, mate.
Hey, Josh, do you know who's in the YouTube chat?
Who? Oh!
Synthol!
Hello, Synthol. Scary failure there. Hi, Synth. Nice to see you.
Synthol, how are you, my friend? It's good to hear from you. Let us know how you're doing, and what do you think of the race so far? We haven't heard from you in a while, so it's good to hear from you, Synthol.
Hopefully we'll hear from him shortly as well. Let's get the thoughts then of Jess and Omi in the pit lane. Jess, if you're available first, what did you make of the quick red flag procedure in that little drama?
That car, Magnussen, was badly damaged. I'm really glad that he got away with that. But there's Perez in the medium.
He had a fantastic launch, and the
gap was there. Just tell me from your point of view how you saw what followed from that moment.
Yeah, I had a tremendous start. Like you said, the gap was there. And if I'm fully honest, since I was starting the race, a podium I will be really disappointed to be on the podium today, knowing that I had the chance to go for the lead and I didn't took it, you know. So I just went for it. To be honest, I wasn't expecting Charles, that he was in the middle. He had less room for maneuver to break that late as I did or Max did. I think simply there was no room for 3 cars. It was a total race incident, and yeah, in hindsight,
10-minute warning.
I should have. I don't know. I mean, I shouldn't say that, but in hindsight, I should back off and go home.
Well, they do say, don't they, though? Wasn't it Ayrton Senna who said if there's a gap there, you go for it kind of thing? So it's a racing mentality.
Especially at your home Grand Prix, you know, and especially being 2 times in a row in the podium. I just wanted to give it all, and I went totally for it. I'm very sad, you know, with the end result, because I mean, on the first lap to win the race on your home Grand Prix, it's definitely really sad. But in the other side, I go extremely proud of myself because I gave it all. Very proud of my team. We left it all the whole weekend, and yeah, we had, I think, probably the best start of the year. So we just went for it.
Just finally from me, we saw obviously a lot of emotion in the car. I can understand that at your home race as well. Is there any of it more as well from the fact that you feel like you need a good result right now, like you want that and you need it to keep going, or is that not in your mind?
No, I mean the result will come. We are back there. Our pace is there. We knew what was wrong, and the results will come. I'm not concerned about it. I'm more sad about the end result. I mean, you see with a lot of drivers that they have bad weekends when they were not fully comfortable. I mean, look at the weekend from Fernando, and it's not like Fernando is a bad driver. All of a sudden he is struggling to find the best of his car, but this is just part of the game, and I have no doubt that I will be back for Sao Paulo.
Great to hear. Thanks, Sergio. Thank you.
Sergio Perez.
11 minutes until restart.
Less than that now, 9. There's the Perez flying.
Yeah, there's less than that. But as I was saying before the radio, Perez, yeah, it was just a shame for Manson to get involved like that. But I think a lot of drivers, were very lucky to get that red flag. But hopefully, let's have a clean second half of the race, and maybe the Ferraris can have a second chance here. We hope.
Second chance at life. Yeah. I agree with you on that one. So red flag's out then. So here we go. Omi, what about you? Onto the red flag. You saw it straight away on your race control messages as well. Red flag go out.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I was in bed until I heard you scream. So then I jumped up and saw Magnussen crash. But yeah, gonna be interesting. Even though we might not have a strategic element, if we have with the standing start now, I think there could be a bit of chaos down to turn 1. Mexico starts is what I love. I've been saying that all weekend, so I get a second one here as well now. So let's see if Hamilton can get involved, Leclerc can get involved. I think it could be very interesting down to the first corner. So even if the rest of the race is boring, at least I've got a second start to the race with all of the slipstreaming going on down to turn 1. So yeah, looking forward to it, but hoping Charles Leclerc can take the lead as well down to turn 1. But yeah, going to be interesting.
Standing start. It'll be a standing start, and the race order for restart will be 1, 16, 44, 55, 3, 81, 63, 22, 27, 4, 10, 23, 24, 31, 2, 77, 18, and 14. And I can confirm it is a standing start.
Thank you, Jess.
So we are going for another standing start. That went so swimmingly the first time we tried that.
We're dressed similar.
Yeah.
We are, Megan. So.
And George Russell has made a flap adjust.
Oh, I think we. Let's hear from Lando. He's getting in the car.
I thought you were
Lando,
going
do you
to say
think
flap.
the hard will restart? I'm going to have to say yes, aren't I? I can't say anything else, so.
Bottas radio.
Show.
Will be a standing start. Race resumption will be a standing start.
Had to be.
Yeah.
Just, I generally thought you were going to say he's made a flapjack.
So a second start for Mexico. Made a flapjack. What?
I genuinely thought you were going to say.
It'll be a standing start. The safety car will stay in the pit lane, so we'll go round in the mode. Yeah, new restart procedure here, by the way. That's been introduced following the mess at the Grand Prix in Australia, the last time we had this safety car procedure. So the safety car is going to leave the pit lane, and then it will come back in, and then the drivers will be allowed to leave pit road. So the safety car will go out, do a lap, join the back of the field, and then the cars will be allowed to leave pit lane. So it's to avoid the mess of what we had last time out in Australia when we had 3 restarts after the Reds. Megan.
Charles Leclerc just say, starting on hards, it's going to be a huge mess.
The hard tyre. Watch out for Lando Norris, who's on medium compound apparently, according to this monitor, and Alexander Albon, who is on medium compound tyres. They might get the best getaway of anybody. Hamilton is on 10-lap-old hards, unless he's taken the same option as Verstappen and put on a brand new set of hards. We won't know that just yet. Track is clear. Red flag has been rescinded. The restart is in 5 minutes' time. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, 5 minutes until the restart. Hello, Synthel, who has been saying, please no replay the first start with Ricciardo starting with Perez starting the first time out. Nice to see you all there. Nice to see you, Synthel. I'm doing okay. Thanks. Really busy with exams coming up. Nice strategy race so far. Hopefully we'll see you in F2, Synth.
Good luck with exam.
Good luck. I'm looking forward to being back in the commentary box.
Let's go.
Good luck, Simple.
Good luck.
We do miss you in the commentary. Let's hear from Charles Leclerc.
We do.
Yes.
Standing start with hard is going to be a huge mess.
Yeah, we got that.
Yeah, maybe I should mute the world feed, not me. Should we literally just get the red flags out again? Just because I reckon turn 1, everyone's going to lock up and go straight on red microphones. That'll do it.
Oh, don't say that. It's called. We've already had one. We've already had craziness that turn 1 before it's called. We don't need it again. But you know it's going to happen.
New front wing for Leclerc going on.
I hope the other Red Bull goes off this time.
Max Verstappen.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
But you know what I also hope? I hope that Hamilton, Leclerc and Sainz also go off.
So put Ricciardo in the lead of the race.
Yay! That's all I want. I'm not discriminating against just very specific drivers, I want Ricciardo to win.
Ricciardo's best result in Mexico is in 2015. He finished in 3rd place in that race as well.
Then Piastri can be number 2.
Sorry, 2016. No, my note says 15. It's 2016 when he finished in 3rd. Best pair. He also got 2018 got pole position here when Verstappen got disqualified for going fast on when Bottas crashed into the wall.
Oh, Alonso wants to do an extra stop. Probably wise of him, given how much you avoided the stop before. It's just a stop to you now.
So, 18 cars will take the restart. And it's the same order as what we have now. All right, down towards someone. How long have we been under the red flag? What, about 20 minutes? 25 minutes?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, it's called 2020. I think it's 25 minutes, Josh. That's what I'm thinking out of my head.
I have no perception of time. I thought it was about 15 minutes.
No, it's been longer than that. Actually, can we find out when the red flag was called?
Maybe 20 minutes, I would say.
Red flag was called...
Red flag was called at 20:51:53, Josh.
So, 20 minutes. We'll be under red flag for 23 minutes when the race restarts. Let's hear from Gasly.
On the lap to grid, keep the carcasses up. Recharge off after 16. We'll do 4 burnouts from the exit of turn 17.
So that's 4 burnouts to really heat up those hard compound tyres. Reminder, starting a race on hard compound tyre is like waking up in the morning and going straight into a marathon before you've had a coffee, a shower, or anything.
Yeah, you would never see me doing that.
Standing start procedure confirmed.
Yep, race will resume 15:13 with a standing start procedure, as Josh T says. Brilliant.
Proof I would never do that. What am I like in the mornings?
Well, we don't have to say that because we all saw you in MotoGP the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, but for people that haven't.
Yeah, we've seen you so much that you missed Indonesia, Adam took over for you in Australia, and you only got into the race here. Took you 3 weeks to wake up.
Do I like mornings?
No. No.
And yet, if I have to get up...
That was a good catch with the pen. Rolled off the desk and she caught it. That was great.
I do not like mornings.
No, I can tell that. Do you like our new timing screens then?
I do like them. Also, there is another thing I don't like mornings. Do you know what time I actually got dressed today?
What time is it now? 21:12. You got dressed around about 6:45, 6:30.
Just a bit earlier.
6:15.
I got dressed at 5:30.
Oh, 5:30. Okay.
Just before dinner.
Yeah. Your dinner. Go on, Josh T.
All cars may overtake the safety car has just come through, and using our new timing screens with the championship standings, AlphaTauri from 10th to 8th, because they are currently scoring 14 points, and Hamilton has gained on Perez 240 to 216. Sainz up 1, Leclerc up 1, Ricciardo up 6 positions in the championship standings.
So,
from 0 to 10 if he finishes.
This is the new restart procedure after the Australian Grand Prix mess of having to lose a lap for the safety car to go out and line up on the grid. Basically, all cars are allowed to withdraw the safety car, and the Mexico City Grand Prix is go. This is officially the restart to the race. Leaving the pit lane, Verstappen leads, Leclerc, Hamilton, Sainz, Ricciardo, Piastri. This is the official restart to the race. But, as you can see the safety car message now coming out, they're under those conditions. They will line up on the grid and we will go racing. Basically, this is to simulate the proper formation lap procedure on the way to the grid and remove the safety car out from shot. So it's a new addendum to the rules from Australia when we had 3 red flags. It doesn't actually help in any way. It's just the FIA making it more and more confusing for us at home. But it is a standing start procedure, so Verstappen has to back up the field themselves. And look at the gap.
I don't think it's going to make that much difference, to be honest, Josh. I don't see why they're doing it.
By the way, Albon's power unit temperatures are not going to be favourable.
Yeah.
For this restart. Why are words so complicated?
Can I just point out, Verstappen is at turn 11 and now into turn 12.
Aww,
Stroll's just left the pit lane. As has now Alonso.
Is Hamilton on the medium?
Yes. Oh, hello.
Well,
Hamilton's gone to fall up on mediums. Oh, this is good.
That's
right.
strange.
So, Verstappen and Leclerc still on tyres. But Hamilton has changed tyres, as has Piastri.
Advantage off the line.
Tyre update. Hamilton on scrub medium. Piastri, Russell also scrub medium.
Well, thank you. Thank you, GP.
Hülkenberg is also on fresh tyres, so is Tsunoda.
And Ocon
Norris,
and Sargent.
Ocon and Sargent and Albon.
So the safety car is still out, and now the green flag is out. The track is clear. The race is go. So the safety car's been withdrawn. Now Verstappen will line up on the grid and will go again. It's a very confusing procedure.
Burnouts for
It is.
Verstappen.
Those are the tyres, everybody.
Yeah, there we are. So it's hard, medium, hard, medium, hard, medium, hard, medium, hard, medium, hard.
I was going to say something. Very well done. Also, were Aston Martin asleep?
Yeah, they are miles behind. But their tyres, Megan, 5-lap on and 6-lap on hards, they're going to be really up to temperature. But Max Verstappen is now sitting on the grid. Alonso and Stroll just coming through for a Sol. So this is going to be absolutely spectacular. We are at exactly half race distance in the Mexico City Grand Prix, lap 36 of 71 with 36 laps to go. We are having a restart procedure after Kevin Magnussen crashed. It is time to go again. Hard tyres that are getting colder and colder. Watch out for Hamilton, Piastri, Russell, Hülkenberg, Norris, Albon, Ocon, Sargent, who are on the medium compound tyres and will have grip.
No. Do not put him on the right-hand side. Do not put Alonso on the right.
Alonso is on the right-hand side. It's coming to the restart then. Into position. Pulls Fernando Alonso at the back of the grid. The second start to the Mexico City Grand Prix is under starters' orders. 4, 5 lights. Action! position again in Mexico. It's a good start from Max Verstappen. Lewis Hamilton's going to get around on the two Ferraris. He splits them. Sainz goes to the outside line, almost on the grass. Hamilton's in the toe. Here comes Ricciardo to the inside line. Verstappen weaving left and right. Hamilton pulls to the outside line. Leclerc blocks the inside line.
Not again.
Hamilton swamps back. They all just about make it through turn one. Verstappen's had a very poor exit. Everyone on the medium tyres having a better lunge through turn 1 and 2. Look at Tsunoda. He's jumped up the field to 8th place. Verstappen's not had a great getaway. He's now pulled down 7/10 into turn 4. Look at Russell just holding back Ricciardo. And there we see the McLaren on the inside line. They're the Haas. And it's all continuing up. Albon trying to go around the outside of Tsunoda in turn 4 and 5 and 6. Tsunoda's on the inside line. And Albon holding around the outside of those medium tyres. Can't hold it. Hamilton trying to get through on Leclerc. It's one of the start as Norris drops right back into 14th place on those tyres.
Right, so everything was a bit too clunky up at the start for the back of the grid, though somehow managed to not go off, even though they almost went 3 wide.
Piastri closing in on Ricciardo as we come into the Forest section. Hamilton knows he needs to get ahead of Leclerc because the Verstappen on those 2-lap-old hards. Right now, Hamilton's got the faster car, he's got the faster tyres, and he's got the faster grip. DRS will not be activated until after the next lap, so it's going to have to be on slipstream power as they pull down towards turn 1. 871 metres from the start control line down towards the braking zone for the first corner. Hamilton thinks about a move on the inside line, doesn't get it back. We're into the second half of the race. We're into race 2, effectively. Verstappen leads already 1.1 second. Norris having to cool the car. Perfect restart there, Adam.
Yeah, surprised we didn't have, I guess everyone was smart this time compared to what happened with regarding what happened at the beginning of the race. And Max Verstappen, as we take a look here on replay, Max Verstappen had a slow getaway, and
look at Sainz getting forced off by Hamilton there, Adam. That might be investigated.
Yeah, I think that's going to be investigated, Josh. And I guess everyone was minding their P's and Q's after what happened with Leclerc and Checo to start the race. On board here with Lando Norris. McLaren driver starting
17.
Ooh! Wow.
Almost got taken out by Albon and Ocon, and there's Gasly going through for good measure. So he started, as you said, he started 17th, now back onto 14th place. But good little restart there. Oh, that was fun.
We'll have a DRS vacation. Hamilton.
Yeah, no DRS yet. It's Hamilton closing in again on Leclerc. Josh T.
Ricciardo also had, I saw his front wing wobbling around on the exit of turn 3 as DRS is now enabled, so I think Ricciardo had a little bit of a tricky start and an exit of turn 3 with some contact.
DRS enabled, but no, it was enabled too late from race control. No one got activation zone 2 to use it, unfortunately. Leclerc 3/10 off the pace now of Hamilton. Hamilton's right there behind him. Verstappen's pulled out a 2.1 second gap. All is well at the restart then, Jess. But Hamilton, bit between his teeth, he knows what he's got to do.
Yeah, I think he needs, as soon as he gets past Hamilton, then it'll make his life a lot easier.
Hamilton closing with the DRS in the third zone, down to the Forest section into turn number 12. Late on the brakes, turns it in. Now he's got to control the car on the acceleration through the section. Little lock up on the front left as well. And look how hard already. 7-lap-old, those medium tyres already starting to degrade. You can see the wear and tear coming through. So those mediums may not be the best strategy as Verstappen a 1:22.185. Fastest lap again. Here comes Hamilton though with the DRS down towards turn number 1. Does he have the speed on the Ferrari to get through into the braking zone? He's going to have to pull something special on in the bag. Leclerc knows he's going to have to go defensive. And does. Hamilton thinks about the move on the outside line.
The AI thing called Norris Pomeranz.
And there we see Piastri battling with Ricciardo. I think that was a position gain, or was it with Tsunoda? It might have been Piastri and Tsunoda looking at it. It's Hamilton with the DRS into turn 4. Can't get a look on the inside. It was Piastri clearing Tsunoda for 8th position. Speaking of Zhou, he's down in 16th position, under pressure for Fernando Alonso, and Tsunoda's repassed Piastri. Oh, breathe. Good restart.
Yes. And actually, I have an update on Kevin Magnussen. According to.
Sorry, Sainz weaving on the straights. Go on, Adam. What's the update from NASCAR?
According to the Haas F1 team on Twitter, an update on Kevin. He's at the medical center, and after a check over is okay, but is being kept a little while longer just for observation. So that is the latest update on Kevin Magnussen, folks.
Thank you, Adam. That's great to hear. Hopefully he will be released ASAP. Of course, it was over a 15G hit, so he has to go to the medical centre for a checkup. Hamilton now desperately trying to get through on Leclerc. Now, Russell said Sainz is weaving on the straight. I'm looking at him, but Hamilton's on the grass!
Whoa!
Going to the inside line! Brilliant overtake from Hamilton using all of the track! And Leclerc can't fight back! Listen to the crowd, they love that!
That came out of nowhere!
Nice move. That's a nice move from Lewis Hamilton. Nice move.
He's been reading Senna.
Incredible job for Mercedes driver.
He's now going to be setting off after Max Verstappen. He's on much fresher tyres, remember, compared to the hards. They can go longer, but Lewis will be right there. And he needed to do that, Josh, didn't he? He was on the grass. Brilliant.
Yeah, but
Max has been
Lewis
informed.
Hamilton. Go on, Megan.
Max has been informed that Lewis is behind him.
Uh-oh. Right. Somebody get the white flags. Might need it.
Sorry. Okay.
Oh, good. Kate has been watching the race. So that's good. Nice. I hope you're enjoying it at work. What a dramatic day this has been so far. I can't reply right now because the race is going so on. So if you're watching, hi. Verstappen by 3 seconds. Leclerc from Sainz. Russell top 5. Look at that again. 1:21.644 from Verstappen. I'm sorry, Adam. Just realised I cut you off there. Go on.
No, I will say that it's not been a good race so far. And Lewis Hamilton, what a move on Charles Leclerc. I think that was one of the best moves he's made all year.
I think George is right, you know. I'm watching the throttle bias of Sainz, and on the straights, he is actually weaving quite a bit. When they work, that is.
Russell, Sainz's engineer has just called Russell Zool.
Is Russell going to have a go here? Sainz is all out of whack. And then he said all out of crack. I was like...
So that's what's getting you through the race.
Okay.
Past Watershed.
It's Lando Norris who's made a move on the inside line of Valtteri Bottas in the first corner. Mighty good move there from Lando. Sent it up the inside line to come through. This is great. So, Verstappen leading by 3.6 seconds.
Guys, get a room.
Oh, brilliant. Hamilton Radio, let's give a sense.
Yeah. Let's keep at it. Just keeping an eye on the Alpha Tauris, guys. Great race for them. It's been a tough season. They're the bottom of the points table, but at the moment 6th and 8th, and those cars have got pace. Ricciardo's within DRS of George Russell of the Mercedes, and Yuki Tsunoda is still all over the back of Oscar Piastri. The team are really buoyant about their tyre wear that they saw in the first part of the race, and they're optimistic they can carry this through.
Thank you, Karoon. I haven't really been needing much of race control today or pit lane because we've got it covered up here in the commentary box with all the information.
Fernando, check up and run away are looking.
What?
I don't know either, but AI thinks it's a sentence.
Right, okay. Ricardo pushing well, says Rod Brown. Max ahead by 2 seconds and 3 laps, says Upright Fossil. Scott says this will be a disaster. It nearly is. Uni Parky says Norris could be on point range, and anyone got the new WRC game? Not just yet, but I'm looking at it. Let's hear from Hamilton.
That's a long way on this tyre.
Got every opportunity here, mate.
Yeah, because I reckon Verstappen's going to have to stop again. I think, well...
Yes.
Yeah, 9 laps. Yeah, 29 to go. It's effectively a second half.
Let's just say I've got quite a few things to add to the sample later.
Yes, you do, Jess. Yes, you do. But I can't wait.
Yes.
Yeah.
I might have also helped you out with the soundboard in comms chat. That's all I'll say.
We're already clipping it. We're still doing the commentary. Unbelievable. Look at the brake dust coming off Sonoda.
Yeah,
there.
I've already seen it. I'm going to add that later on.
This is a playback.
Oh, cool. It's gonna. I'll listen to that later.
Yeah, I'll do it after the race, of course.
Headline,
Yes.
big picture. We like your type of management. That's what I just saw.
That must be tyre management then. Type of management. Oh, traction. Metrics now coming in below where you are at stint 1. Actually, so Hamilton's doing okay.
Danny Rick
Yeah, go on.
has significant issue with data in
Oh.
the garage.
Let's say Leclerc.
Tell the car.
And we need to increase lift off because of tow.
So yeah, the car's getting too hot. Let's hear the one. Hang on, he said something else there as well.
And we need to increase lift off because of tow.
There was
and mode race when you can. Hamilton 22.5, Sainz 23.0.
That was their last lap time, so Leclerc's getting told everything. This is Hamilton's second radio message.
That's a long way on this tyre.
Got every opportunity here, mate.
Why is he talking about
Just
a
keep at it.
He wants a set of softs. Hamilton wants a set of softs at the end of the race.
Oh, so you want to crash out?
That's incredibly brave.
Or stupid.
Logan Sargent
yeah.
isn't really happy about his restart.
I just saw that. I was about to say, yeah. Sargent says sorry for that bleak restart. And oh, hang on a minute. Was that a car alongside Tsunoda? Something was flashing.
I don't know, though. He was talking about parking lots earlier. Something about F.
We believe that in about 5 laps, hard will be faster than the medium.
So what you're saying is the hards are faster than the medium?
What team was that again?
Yeah.
That was Ferrari.
Oh, I thought so. Do you know what they also believe? Their own strategies. So I'm not going to really take that into account.
They are Italian, so they also believe that pineapple doesn't belong on pizza. And,
Yeah.
they're right, it doesn't.
They are right. Nana thought differently.
To be fair, I don't know. I much prefer...
Hulkenberg's brakes are very hot.
Ah, so I wonder... Well, it's a second Haas could crash out at this rate.
My favourite's mushroom.
Oh, you jinxed it now.
Well, I jinxed Perez in the pre-show by saying he only ever retired here once in 2018, and he's retired 4 times this season, 2 in races and 2 in sprints. So, I mean, I've cursed him anyway everywhere. So I
Have
apologise.
I been in all of those races?
Azerbaijan, no.
Good.
Oh,
So
wait, hang on a
that's
minute.
good.
Wait a minute. Belgium sprint, yes. Japan, yes. Qatar, yes. Yes, you have. Mexico, yes. And there's Lando on the inside line of Esteban Ocon, getting
That's
ahead.
who I've been cursing.
So yeah, you have been. And also, Megan, if I'm not mistaken, we've had a red flag in Australia, you were there. Red flag in Netherlands, you were there. And a red flag in Mexico, you were there. So you've been in the box all the red flags this year. Yeah.
I'm definitely not a curse my own.
It's because you've been leaning on it writing. When was the last time you've done all that writing? Can we just...
Honestly, every uni day.
Also, this isn't your handwriting either.
No.
This is just scribble writing that you've written down in the comment box.
Okay, I have kind of a set handwriting, though my handwriting knows no bounds. My handwriting literally changes sometimes mid-sentence. Paris gets very confused. My friend Paris.
Verstappen, by the way, is now 5 seconds clear to Hamilton, so that gap increasing across the width of the circuit so far.
Sometimes she literally says to me, "What's this word?" I'm just like, "Oh, it's that." Or sometimes I can't even read it.
To be fair, my notes in the comment box typed out perfectly, colour coordinated, all good. Megan's notes, mess.
I function in the mess.
Yeah, that's fine. Here's Russell closing in on Carlos Sainz for 4th position. Nothing going on just yet. Here's Lando Norris. Much better attack this time when Esteban Ocon to the inside line at turn number 1. Easy, Lando. Don't do any heroics. And here he hits the back of Hulkenberg. And Ocon back down. Through goes Lando and Ocon. Esty Bestie goes Humpty Dumpty.
Can I burn some fuel? Stand by, Lewis.
So Lewis wants to push.
Both.
Yeah.
They both bounced off the curves there, did Ocon and Norris. And finally, Alonso gains a position, while Stroll has gained more positions than Alonso as they both started in the back. Something doesn't sound right here. It is Lance Stroll at the end of the day.
This is Lando on the inside line of Esteban Ocon, nearly hit. They did both run wide, actually, over the curb, as you said, Josh. But I think, Adam, Lando is making some great moves. Just nice and smart.
That was close. What's
Lando
hanging
is.
on?
Yes, he is.
Something's hanging off the back of Ocon.
Ocon, yeah, something is out on the back there. Something is hanging off the back. Something is not right. Here comes Russell, though. 6/10 with the DRS active to the inside line. Coming down in towards turn number 1. Sainz can't go defensive this time, thinks about it. Russell going to go for a late launch, locks up with the brakes and nearly takes out the Ferrari in that first corner.
What does Joe mean? Am I the only one who saw that? He says, I can't fight with anyone who's desirable. What do you mean?
Lando's up to 10th. Lando's through as Russell again tries to close in on Carlos Sainz.
Doesn't make sense.
Tsunoda's got DRS on Piastri. Norris with the DRS as well. Yep, 25 left in this race. It's getting good. This is a very good Mexico Grand Prix. And Max is 6 seconds ahead. It's still been a good race.
Yuki.
What did Yuki... Oh, here's Russell.
We've another break in by Sainz. Yeah, see that again.
Something to do with that. Was it to do with Aston Martin?
No.
What then?
But he said, this is, so then I said, and I whispered, my breath is smart.
Yuki's engineer said, Yuki, when you are ready, press and hold the belly button for the entire stretch.
I think that would involve me taking my hands off the brake, is his reply.
He's only small. He should be able to get it with his knee.
Hulkenberg has no idea what's happening, apparently.
I don't think anybody knows what's happening anymore. This race has just turned into absolute chaos.
His words are, what's happening?
Well, we're through the looking glass now, Alice. Russell again on the brakes. Can't get it stopped.
Oh, no.
What have you noticed?
Fernando needs to retire the car.
Oh, no! Fernando a lot, and that's Piastri in a battle with Tsunoda over 7th position. Piastri goes wide.
No, Alonso, no!
Alonso is out.
You started it on the right, and look what happens!
And look at Tsunoda trying to get past Piastri into 4, 5, and 6, trying to find a way through. Can't find a way through. Still holding it together. So Piastri moves up to 7th, and then Fernando Alonso retire the car. He is out on lap 47 of the Mexico City Grand Prix. We're down to 17. That's disappointing. Megan's now not interested in the race. She's slowly turning away. This is Tsunoda trying to have a go around the outside. Look how close I was to contact. My goodness, Tsunoda nearly went right over the rear tyre of Piastri. And there was contact through turn 1 and 2. Wow, Adam, that was too close to call. Piastri defending a little bit too hard.
Yeah, you took the word right out of my mouth, Josh. As we're on board with Oscar Piastri there, I'm surprised neither one of them wrecked.
Oh, Russell takes over, takes off a piece of the...
It's been noted.
The turn 2 involving Tsunoda and Piastri noted for causing a collision. Thought it might be as well. Aero visor strip going, and that's right round the outside. Contact! Out goes Tsunoda! Tsunoda! The third in the Alphas! He spun it!
He's fine.
Can he get it going? He's got the car going. Tsunoda, angry boy. He went right. Oh, he's drifting it now. Suspension might be damaged. He turned it on Piastri, and that's Lando Norris round the outside in the battle with Esteban. That is Lando Norris trying to get past with Alexander Albon.
Albon. Also, I've just got the best line.
Hamilton saying it's bloody tinsel.
I mean, Christmas isn't far away, but so.
Right, here's Tsunoda. I think Tsunoda turned in on Piastri there, and then look, he gave it to his fault. No, I don't think that. What do you think, Adam? That's Tsunoda in my book.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Tsunoda. Yeah, that's Tsunoda.
It's a cross. Piastri did anything wrong there.
Yeah, Martin agrees with all you two. Megan?
Did he just say lacrosse?
Yeah. Moved across.
I was going to say lacrosse. That's a different sport altogether, mate.
Russell having to get out of the slipstream of Sainz to cool that Mercedes down. Its car not doing good. They've touched it to us. So Tsunoda down to 16th place. He's continued on again. And it's under investigation now for causing a collision again. So that's 2 separate investigations. One's been noted. Josh, I know you'll tell us if they've been investigated because they've got the new update. I haven't updated that yet. We'll have that next time out. And you'll see the graphics that we're seeing in 2024.
There's too many people talking on this transcript.
It is a Grand Prix, Megan.
I know, but if they could just do it one at a time.
Track clear.
Sonoda, second lap time deleted for turn 1, that incident.
Yeah, Magnussen's on 2, Sonoda 2, Sainz 1, Russell 1 on track limits warnings up here in the commentary box we're noticing.
Why did Logan Sargent just say management?
Don't know.
Are you going to complain?
Should we hear from Alexander Albon?
That doesn't happy on management.
He's on a different planet of grip.
Albon says he's got no grip. That's when he was battling with Lando.
On the car or mine?
Lando, I think. Because he was under attack from Lando. Cracking races. How many laps to go? 21 left. Here in... Yeah, stiff for Sonoda, says Rob Brown. Ricardo pushing well, he says. Max ahead for 2 seconds. There's 8 seconds now. 46 minutes left on the clock. 21 laps to go out of the 71 here. It's lap 51.
Do you know what's a really creepy thing?
What?
But drivers have just started asking, what lap is it to go? And they've just started saying 21 laps, 21 laps. As soon as you start saying 21 laps.
Well, they've got to start thinking about tyre strategies now and whether they want to box again because they'll be into the second safety car window.
I think they're listening to you.
They do.
Yuki Tsunoda knows how to count from 2 to 9 because he's just said and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9. Well done, Yuki.
I've just added 2 things to the soundboard which will play after stream. Thank you.
Oh
Look forward to hearing those.
Yes, can't wait.
Why do I have a feeling it's me?
Probably is you. There's a couple of you already there. Where's the yellow? Is there? Can't remember when that was from.
I'm imagining at least one of them is he's an idiot.
I don't know.
I'm just trying to remember what you said earlier. Like
it was the
it was
crack.
like where's something?
Yeah.
We've got 2 spaces left on the Discord soundboard. What will they be?
Chaos! That. That sums up.
Joshie, we had the same idea.
It sums up this race perfectly, to be fair. And we see another move going on down towards turn 1. As it is it's Bottas passing Gasly. Gasly's going to keep around the outside line. Perfectly held from the Alpine. Bottas can do nothing under acceleration. Gets the exit out too. Gets the DRS again. Big snap of rear oversteer for Gasly. Pulls it round the outside line. Are we going to see an overtaking for Bottas? Flashbacks now to 2015. Gasly's going to give him just enough room. Bottas, thoughts. And remembers, don't go on the inside of that part of the track. Kimi Raikkonen ended up in the air.
You're going to need more soundboard.
What's that?
Just saying, they're going to need more soundboard.
We are going to need more soundboards. We're going to need to open that up somehow.
Max Verstappen, no, I just asked everyone else is struggling with the front. Our tyres look clean.
So Max is fine on 90. Well, yeah, Max is now that bored at front. He's asking what everybody else is up to. And remember when...
It's under investigation, the turn 2 incident, so that's the first one, not the... Oh, they're both under investigation.
Oh, they are, yes.
So the first one and the second one.
Well, the first one is a penalty for Piastri. The second one is a penalty for Sonoda. That's
so
gonna,
they're equal.
Yeah, which they might just say racing incidents at that point. If I don't know. We'll find out what it is. Unless Sonoda's going to get a penalty for both of them, because he was the one who made contact with the car twice. Well, we shall find out. Gary Connolly is the race steward this weekend.
Why does Max think everyone else is struggling?
Because they are.
Doing fine.
Sonoda.
Gordon, the Grand Prix.
You're faster than the guys in front.
I don't need any more information. I don't need anything.
Sonoda's really not happy with his engineer today.
No.
Sonoda, Zhou, we're all angry with their engineers.
I think only Ricardo's quite happy.
Yuki, eat a Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry.
Okay, Nico Hulkenberg. They kill us in the brakes. They kill us everywhere. Unbelievable. Are you starting to quote the Scarlet Pimpernel or something? They kill us.
They
They kill us
yeah.
everywhere.
Infamy, they've all got an infamy. So Hulkenberg is now creating a little bit of a gap. Albon's got through at him, but now it's the Hulk train with Ocon, Gasly, Bottas, Stroll, Sargent all together. Coming to Full Soul.
Ocon, you can say to Haas, I'm going for it, so he better be ready.
Ocon radio.
You can say to Haas that I'm gonna go for it, so you better be ready.
I did it better.
Esty Bestie's going for it now. Is he going to be able to take on the Hulk? Down to turn 1. Hulk's angry. Esty Bestie thinks about it. Left, right, round the outside. Foxtrot, off, back on again. Can't get through at all. Esteban is all over the shop today, and he's falling back into the clutches of Gasly. So Hulkenberg holding everybody up. There is
Again.
Bottas. And yeah, Bottas now is strolling the mix there with Gasly too.
Hulkenberg, are you just trying to be a problem today, or is that just a habit you've picked up?
And there is Sergio Perez's goodbye party. Standing room only.
Sonoda, third track limit offence.
Penalty coming then for Sonoda.
Don't worry, Perez, they've got you a pinata of Max's face.
Sonoda can now not get any more track limits, or he will get a penalty.
So Sonoda's face...
that is...
Yeah, go on.
You know Sonoda, what Sonoda's feeling like right now?
It's all completely hopeless.
Thank you. Clarkson! Clarkson! So, I would love to commentate on a race with Jeremy Clarkson. That would be top tier hilarious. It'd have to be probably a morning race or one of these races past Watershed. Closing in then, lap 55 of 71 here. So, as Josh T says, Sonoda with 3 issues on the board now and 2 penalty investigations. If he gets 1 more track limits and gets 2 penalties, it'll be automatically a black flag. Did you know that? So if he's deemed at fault for both those instances, that'll get 2 penalties. If he gets a track limit, that's a 3rd penalty, and that equals the black flag.
Oh?
Yeah.
Is that a new rule?
3 strikes you're out. Yeah. 3 strikes you're out. So Sonoda's being a naughty boy.
Danny Rick's radio. Thank you. Have a good race.
See? Here's a polite one.
Thank you. Come again.
And Sargent has just had his first.
Yes.
Why is Sargent constantly complimenting the management level?
Let's have a Piastri.
Oscar, if this is our pace, we would let Lando pass to go and attack Ricciardo. We would need to find half a second.
How about you let him drive?
Should we hear from Danny Ricciardo, because he has to say something on the radio?
Happy with some radio silence unless it's important.
So now Ricciardo wants radio silence unless it's important, so it's battle mode.
That's why it was have a good race.
Yeah, have a good race. Yeah, that's why it was like saying, oh, and lock up for Piastri! Into turn 1. Right, Lando's faster now. Lando always says he's faster. Every single race, I am faster than you. Piastri pulls to the inside line, and through goes Lando Norris. McLaren have learned something. They've actually learned from America. They've learned from Qatar. When they say Lando is faster, Lando is faster.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Come again.
Welcome.
It's going so fast. For example, I don't know what, I think it was Albon, I'm not sure, was saying, is that because it's a record too?
Yes. Apparently, Albon's suffering with pneumonia at turn 1.
I'm loving this AI thing. It's brilliant.
This is fantastic.
So he's not good at turn 1, though it clears up on the other turns.
Oh my God, Lance, Joe, check the wind.
Why don't you go over to Verstappen? He might know something.
To be fair, Lance Stroll is just a wind bag at this point as well.
Because he's managing for some reason.
How allowed to say that on air? It's constructive criticism, Lance.
Yes.
It's criticism because you're just not constructive.
Besides, I'm sure you hear it from your father all the time.
And as Carlos Sainz's engineer is saying, 15 laps to go.
Right. We've already had a crazy race. What's going to happen in 15 laps?
You got me. You got me.
Oh, that's close. Stroll's really forcing Sargent off the track there. The two most useless drivers in Formula 1 are going to make contact.
Yeah, it's not that much of a big deal.
Sargent literally packed out of that one. Stroll is driving like a man possessed out there.
Go ahead, hit each other. It won't affect the race.
It won't. They are 14th and 15th in the race.
Exactly. Go ahead. You might actually buy us some time.
There's Christian Horner just telling Checo Perez that he's lost his drive for 2024. Yeah.
What is this guy doing? Copy back, Logan. We're on it. Logan Sargent.
Yeah, that's Stroll defending him.
Oil button, downstream bottom.
What is this guy doing? Yeah, copy that, Logan. We're on it.
Sargent's not happy, as Megan just pointed out. Oil.
Every time I say something about Sargent.
So, was that oil for... Who was oil for? Bottas?
Yeah, for some reason.
So, oil levels low.
Ah.
What a race.
Too much moving on the pitch.
Turin says Tsunoda went kamikaze. Verstappen should be box and medium or softs. He's got 24 hours, should be okay to the end. Scott, if Lando can get Russell, he's driver of the day.
That's too much moving on the brakes.
Well, Sargent scored his first ever points in Formula 1 last time out on home soil at America in Cota, Texas. Yeah, took him a long season, but became the first American in 30 years since Michael Andretti to score points in Formula 1. And with it, Sargent saved his seat for 2024. Perez.
George.
Oh look, now Perez is getting ready to throw himself onto the racetrack in front of Max Verstappen, just waving to the crowd. And
oh, is he the pinata now?
Yes.
Yes.
George Russell has just asked, where is autumn?
I mean, we're in the season right
it's
now.
Here in the United.
Yeah.
Not in Australia.
We have autumn here in the United States right now, so.
Well, Gilmore Girls is on television, so I presume it's round about now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just
we have autumn over here in the United States, so I'm looking out. Very nice fall colors today. Autumn colors today.
Fantastic out there. Love it. It's been nice here in the UK, actually, when it's not been freezing on the coastal line as we are here.
Our seasons don't know what weather is.
No.
It just decides. I mean, we basically didn't have a summer at all.
Look at this. Norris is closed in Ricciardo by seconds per lap. He is really, really close. And AlphaTauri watching on now. They stand to double their points. Ricciardo, literally, if you look about this, AlphaTauri have 10 points. They scored 1 point in Belgium, 2 points in Singapore, 5 points last time out in United States, and that came 2 points from Lawson and 8 points from Tsunoda.
Josh, can you put this over here? I really need to see what Yuki said to know whether Piastri should be wrong.
Yuki Tsunoda has just said he is under investigation, Yuki, under investigation.
No, not that one.
One
no,
offset.
you.
Yeah, say again? Something's going on.
So we did swear during that.
Yeah. Oh, there's Yuki.
Okay. So Piastri should be worried.
Yeah, he's not happy.
I think he's not even near him.
Yeah.
I think he just said that to be malicious. He said, Piastri, turn around. You're not near him, mate. Why are you telling him to turn around?
No. Just getting ready for the karaoke later. Turn around, bright eyes. It's a post-race karaoke machine. Okay. Speaking of this, look at that. Let's go Lando. Trying to go around the outside of Danny Ricciardo. So it's Lando Norris versus the Honey Badger. Back, former teammates, of course, just last season at McLaren, and they are battling over 6th position. These two get along so well. They know each other so well. Lando ran the outside line, and then wheel to wheel. Lando not giving him anything, and he's done it again. A superb move from Lando Norris.
Nice move, Lando. Nice move.
McLaren cheer that. Say again, come again.
Daniel Ricciardo was told to race Norris clean.
Ricciardo's tyres may be at the moment. Yeah, let's have a look. Perfect from Lando. Literally, wasn't Adam, just pitch perfect going through. Lando's doing so well.
Yes, he is. And like I said earlier on during the pre-race show, I think Lando Norris can win next year, and I think Oscar Piastri is going to win next year.
Yeah, they will be winners. And it's Norris 6, Piastri in 8, so currently 5 points going again, I believe. Where did Tsunoda finish last time out? He finished, what? 8th.
What?
Fast lap. Megan.
Okay, Danny's team has ignored his request for radio silence and have told him something.
Yep, had a fit. So Leclerc was there, so Ricardo's not happy there. Real shame he got screwed in quali because he might have been able to get a challenge Max a bit, says Scott. If Lando can get Russell, he's driver of the day. Oh, yeah. Lando up to P6 at the moment, and I hope he can get Russell up to P5 after starting 17th on the grid after a poor qualifying performance. Lando absolutely epic in that car. And they are trailing it in once again here. 11 laps to go in what has been a brilliant... 10 laps to go in what has been a brilliant Mexico City Grand Prix. And look, here's the Hulk train. All aboard for 10th place. The final points stopping at Ocon, Gasly, Bottas as well, with an outside chance of Lance Stroll if you sleep on the line, which to be fair is what he does anyway.
Wait, what is that from George? Yeah, copy that. Just remember the learnings from Austin. Tyres do not fail in the window.
Yeah, Russell's tyres went at the end of the United States Grand Prix a week ago, so just don't push too much, basically. Don't push as hard as you can, just keep it on.
I was worried if they're going window shopping for Pirelli tyres.
Are you at university tomorrow? No. Ah.
I mean, I'm meant to be, though since I'd have to walk back, and the clocks have gone back, that means I would be walking in the dark either way.
I can get you a lift if you want. Esteban Ocon closing in on Hulkenberg. I'm going to get you, little fishy. It's about to move on the inside line.
I think that's what Tsunoda's saying to us.
Oh, look at Hulk.
Fishy.
He is twitching. Go on, Esteban. Go on, Esteban. Power, power, power. Push, push, push. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Come on, someone needs to get past Hulkenberg. I mean, he ain't been doing great.
Oh, he's thought about a move into turn 4. He's gone right up there. Hulkenberg's tyres are DEAD as they come through. And look at this. Esteban looking left and right. Hulkenberg is literally so slow out the corners. Esteban's going to have to do it through the SS section. He's going to go for it before turn 8. Can't get through. So Hulkenberg's tyres are about as useful right now as a sunroof on a rainy day.
I like that comparison, Josh.
I was going to say as useful as a sunroof on a Dallas, Texas drive. I thought better not. So I decided to change it a little bit.
Or a sunroof in the middle of the Antarctic.
That's better, actually. I'm too tired. I've been up since, what, 4 a.m.? I need sleep. Yeah.
The Logan Sargent's tyres are really, really strong.
Interesting fact, actually, about President Kennedy. He was assassinated, of course, 22nd of November 1963. The next day, Doctor Who.
Yeah. Which didn't do well, so it had to be repeated the following week.
Yeah, weird that, isn't it? They've always got that link.
Yes.
By the way, if you are in America and want to watch Doctor Who, it's available on Disney Plus for next.
I like Doctor Who. It's kind of. I've seen a few episodes. I like Doctor Who. But for me, I like old school British comedy. Like, Are You Being Served and Keeping Up Appearances are mine.
Yes.
Yeah. We agree with
you. We grew up watching that. You should also look, if you haven't already, look into the Carry On movies.
Oh, that's your phone.
Yeah, Megan, I will.
So, 8 laps to go. Max Verstappen leads the field now by, 3 weeks.
Guys.
Hamilton second, Leclerc third. Yeah.
Carlos Sainz is just going to completely avoid the vehicle.
All people, raise throttle, I don't care. Norris radio.
We know what Russell is like. He's all or nothing. So we just have patience with him.
So you go back.
Did you find that out of the poker table?
Russell is the equivalent of a conservative 21-year-old teen boy who's got trust fund and likes to order lattes as well.
There's nothing wrong with a latte.
No, but he orders it just so he knows that everybody likes to have a latte. He says, I'll have a latte, thank you very much. Not gonna have a small latte, no. Kind of piece of cake and all that.
It's Fraser.
He's Fraser. Oh my God, he is. He's a British Fraser. He's Fraser. I didn't think of that. Russell is Fraser. Dear me.
Fraser.
Still most. He's still though the only British winner in the last 12 months. George Russell.
Yes.
I feel like I've made a judgment on Hamilton. We should win! They call you the GOAT for some reason.
Saudi Arabia 2021. 2 years ago. Coming up in a couple of weeks.
Yes.
I miss Michael Schumacher.
We all remember that. And we all remember Abu Dhabi. And we all remember Abu Dhabi 2021.
Oh.
Hiding.
It has been mentioned.
I'm not gonna hide.
No. Not getting involved in this. Not with 8 to go. The work rights destroyed British comedy Doctor Who. Doctor Who's getting a bit better. I'm going to stand up now. I'm old. I can't get my legs down that far.
Don't worry, I'll lift you up.
Thanks. 6 years younger than me.
Yeah.
Okay, Verstappen leads 1:21.644. Hamilton 13.1 seconds back.
When she's on, nothing could be Zara's Johnson left us.
Oh, did you think of that?
Yeah. We have someone else to help us now.
Kellyanne, I know you're probably watching right now, as I know Mum's probably got it on her phone right now.
It'd be funny if you went into labour right now.
Yeah, if you could speed it up a bit, thank you.
We want to meet her.
Yeah, we want to meet Zara now. So come on, give it a welly. And
that lamp is waiting for her.
Yeah, come on, it's lights out.
Logan
Push.
Sargent.
It misses her.
Yeah.
Hasn't met her yet.
Push, Gary, and push.
Right, go on, Justy.
Floor.
Oh yeah, floor's gone. Albon's having problems with tyres as well. Apparently, Leclerc's flying back from Gatwick.
Huh.
Logan Sargent's garage is happy on the floor. This is Norris who's caught up to Russell.
Come on, this would be the driver of the day for many people if Norris can get ahead of Russell here. He's got the DRS on the run down towards turn 4, and he's going for it. Lando's going to have the attack here on George Russell. Cautiously, wildly accelerating. Down in the brakes. Second gear. Up to third.
I'm going to look up, see if
But Sargent second track limits.
Sargent's really in trouble now. Another time deletion. We still haven't seen anything for the Sonoda investigation, have we, with Piastri?
No black and white flag, even though there's been 3 track limits for Sonoda.
Ocon's passed Hulkenberg! Ocon has passed Hulkenberg for 10th place while we're watching the 5th, 6th battle.
Well, somebody should.
The 10th, 11th battle has changed. Ocon has passed Hulkenberg and he was down, I believe, towards turn number 1. Yes, here it is now. We're seeing it on the replay with the DRS. And Ocon, does he fake left? No, he just goes left, round the outside, and a perfect move from Esteban Ocon. He is through into the points-paying positions. Yes. Nice move.
Yes. I agree, Josh.
5 to go.
Lewis Hamilton, and if you want to have a crack at fastest lap, we'll probably leave it towards the end.
Oh, Russell goes defensive!
The modes. Oh!
Russell's completely shut the door into 1. Lando was running to him. So they're still holding it. Yeah, wonder which one of them's going to go for fastest lap. Oh! And that's Bottas with Sargent and Sonoda.
Yellow.
And there's a yellow flag in the third sector.
Stroll.
What is it?
And it's Lance Stroll. Stroll's off in the Forest. As Norris trying to have a go now with Russell. He's on the inside line. Norris goes for it at turn 6. Don't make contact.
No.
Lando's through.
Nice move. Nice move, Lando.
Mexico rejoice. Brilliant. They are supporting Lando. And he's past Russell. Cracking move. Stroll's got going again and he's into the pit lane to retire. Stroll is out of the race.
Track surface slippery in track sector 14.
This is what happened. So this is Bottas. And ahead is Magnussen. And what's going to happen? Oh, well, Stroll just completely throws up the inside and gets spun around by Bottas. Nothing he could do there.
Rear right puncture.
Ah, right, so it's
And Lance has retired the car. They are retiring the car.
So it's a double DNF for Aston Martin. Their weekend gets worse and it's under investigation by the stewards.
Wait a minute.
It has
The track's slippery
been
at
noted.
13-14.
Yeah. Oh, it's all a mess there.
After the thing.
That's at Forest here.
Is it dripping oil?
Could be. Well, it doesn't mean slippery. It could just mean there's something hazardous on the track. Lando Senna, suddenly from a submarine. Thank you, UK. Coming through. So it's all been chaotic. This is a great move, though, Adam. On the inside, Lando.
After the race.
Oh, cheers. Lando was he's been pitch perfect all race.
Now he's off key. Get it?
Lando has really impressed me all day, and here we see Lance Stroll climbing out of the car, a double DNF for Aston Martin. We'll see what happens with Lance Stroll in 2024, but I don't think he'll return to F1.
Been holding a key toilet for about 10 minutes.
Got 3 more laps, so then he can vanish.
Yeah, but I really want to hear these track sounds.
What?
I mean, what's it called?
Interviews.
No.
Podium.
No. Buttons.
What?
Noise. Us.
Oh, those?
Yeah, Ben.
Well, you can leave the commentary box to go to the toilet during the podium ceremony and come back after the thing.
We'll still just be playing straight away.
Oh, after the race. Yeah, we'll do it after.
I'm not coming back outside again.
On the cool down lap, madam. So, this is fantastic. We're now watching, yeah. Max Verstappen is 14.5 seconds faster than Hamilton. Just, what has this race become? Into the Forest Hill.
Predictable.
Wouldn't it be funny if Max hit whatever was slippery on the track right about now?
And spun off.
Yeah, into the barrier. No, there's a bit of debris on the inside line.
Can he hit it?
No, he's fine. He's catching Joe, actually. Surprisingly, nobody's been lapped in this race yet, and there's 2 to go, and Joe's ahead of Verstappen, so maybe he won't.
What if they have to stay in the race to be lapped?
I suppose the red flag helped sort of cancel things out again, so it got a complete reset.
I think there would have been a lapped car if there wasn't a red flag.
Yeah, definitely would have been. Max was on a complete run, and literally 36 laps on hards. So he did a 2-stopper in the end, but only a 1-stop through the pit lane because of the red flag. Getting it changed out again. There is George Russell down into 6th, now under pressure for Danny Ricciardo. Can Ricciardo get 6th place on the last 2 laps? That'll be something to watch.
I was originally hoping for at least a podium.
Around 5 seconds to gap for Verstappen to low.
Right. So, yeah, that should be fine then. We won't have a lapped car in this race then. Everyone will finish on the full 71 laps from our finishers. And Ricciardo getting very close to Russell now. There's Jerome D'Ambrosio and Toto Wolff. Esteban Gutierrez and Mick Schumacher there as well, full of drivers in the Mercedes team at the moment. Come on, Danny Rick.
I stopped hiccuping.
You did, around about half distance.
Was that when I started making notes?
When you got distracted by the monitor, you sort of stopped. So that was about lap 3.
Ah, so that's the key to getting me to stop hiccuping. Distract me with a screen.
Yep. Final lap of the Mexico City Grand Prix. Just another 4.304 kilometers for Max Verstappen to navigate. It may be another Max domination. It may be on course for his 16th win of the season, but it has not been dull. It has been yet another good race. And can Ricciardo get ahead of Russell? That'll be good.
Gasly's team are lying to him. They're saying it's 2 laps to go.
Ricciardo is on course for his first points back in Formula 1. So there's still time to be found. DRS open, down the straight. Can he find anything to play? Don't think he can. Into turn 1, chasing down Russell, late on the brakes, thinking about it. Russell goes defensive, that puts him off kilter. Ricciardo gets a good line through 1 and 2. He might be down to turn 4, that there is an opportunity for an overtake. It's got a good exit. Russell makes a poor exit.
Curb turn 2.
Oh, never mind. We'll have to tell you if he does the overtake or not. And Ricciardo and Russell, they're side by side into 4. No, Russell stays ahead. Well, for Max Verstappen, it's yet another new record in Formula 1 here in Mexico City. He had to work for it. It's Sweet 16 for Max Verstappen, and he wins the Mexico City Grand Prix. Not to the delight of the Mexican people who wanted Perez. He retires. Lewis Hamilton will finish, but does Russell and Ricciardo do battle? There's Hamilton with the fastest lap, a 1:21.334 at the end. He did do it, but does Russell and Ricciardo's battle go through? Leclerc gets another podium in Formula 1, but we're all watching the battle for 6th. Lando Norris in 5th. Here we go. Yeah, it's last week again. Same result. This time, hopefully, they won't get disqualified. In fact, it's exactly the same result. Is Ricciardo going to get it? No. But Danny Ricciardo gets his first points back in Formula 1.
Both,
Go on, Ricciardo.
both Piastri and Tsunoda incidents, no further action.
So they did deem it as a racing result. Max Verstappen, Sweet 16 in Mexico.
Max, another day, another win, and another record, mate. Well done.
Well done, Max. That was a brilliant drive, and well use of the hard tyre in that second half there. Well done, mate.
Thank you, guys. That was again a very strong race. So yeah, great job. I think yeah, we did the right thing. We're unlucky with that red flag, of course.
And Sargent's out.
Even after that, I think we're flying. So yeah, really good.
Sargent's retired.
What happened to Sargent?
Back off and into the pit lane. There was a serious problem with Sargent's car. He dropped out to 16th across the line.
Oh, I've been seeing things about that. There's both brakes and also I think his power unit again. He's not having a good day.
Albon got points though, so a points finish again for Williams. Double points finish for McLaren after a bad qualifying, and Lando P5. But Max Verstappen sets a new Formula 1 record. The highest victory percentage in a Formula 1 season now belongs to Max Verstappen. 16 wins, unstoppable.
Yes, guys. Yes. Oh, I'm so happy with that, man. Thank you so much for the great pit stop, great strategy. Typical weekend, but come away with good points. That's mega. Thank you.
Do you remember we said in practice 1, would Lewis come into this weekend feeling the pressure to need to improve, to need to show that last week wasn't because of the floor? He's done it in style.
Yes. Oh, by the way, folks, it's called, if you follow the Grid Network on social media, I can confirm that Max Verstappen has won the 2023 Grid Ranking World Champion. So congratulations. So that's another championship that Max Verstappen has won.
So Max is the 2023 Grid Ranking World Champion. Megan.
Soon the history books will just have records of just Max's name, except a couple, like driver who went the longest without a win, for example.
So we're going to hear from the podiums.
Did I see some white foamy liquid come out of Leclerc's car on the left side of the car as you look at it? What
I saw that.
Fire extinguisher.
Fire extinguisher that he got out.
Oh no.
Not again.
So if it was one more lap, do you think the car wouldn't have made?
Yeah, it would have been disqualified, wouldn't it?
I don't know if he knocked it when he got out the car.
Well, let's hope that everything turns out okay. Also, can you please play those sounds because I really need the toilet, so I'm going to go. What are these?
All out of whack. And then he said all out of crack. I was like, there we go.
Yuki, when you are ready, press and hold the belly button for the entire stretch. Oh no, not one of me.
Thank you, come again. They're good. Oh, mega race. Should we hear from the top 3?
That's all,
and I'm going.
That's all the sounds, by the way. Let's hear from top 3.
Cheers, Megs. See you next time out. And let's hear then from the top 3. They're talking, I believe, with Jenson Button.
The Mexico City Grand Prix.
Yeah, it's been incredible, you know. Of course, unfortunately, Checo retired on lap 1, but the crowd stayed, and they've been amazing. So, yeah, incredible.
That's great to see. Great to see the support here for Formula 1 as a whole. 16 victories in one season, Max. You've just broken your own world record. in a season. How does that feel?
I mean, to be honest, we are, of course, experiencing, I think, an incredible season. And again, today as well, of course, we had to stop P3, but I think the pace of the car was very, very good. We tried to do a different strategy to everyone else, and unfortunately, with the red flag, we couldn't really show it, basically. But nevertheless, on those hard tires at the end, I think we're very, very strong.
So what's in store for Max now? You must have another goal set in the near
17,
future.
18, I don't know.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Cheers. Lewis.
Wow. Those guys are amazing.
Lewis just
That's
enjoying the
contrast compared to
atmosphere from the
last
crowd
year.
here in the stadium. It's great to see, and you seem so happy when you get out of the car, high-fiving all your mechanics and all.
Yeah, I got to say a big thank you to this incredible crowd. You know, Mexico, they've been giving us these great races here every year, and I generally love coming to this city. The food is fantastic, and the people are beautiful. So thank you all. Gracias. And otherwise, yeah, I mean, I feel fresh. It was a pretty, you know, we weren't having to push crazy hard out there, but this is a great result considering we started 6th. I'm really proud of the team. You know, this is a really difficult couple of weeks, and to bounce back from a difficult weekend last weekend with the end result, this is really, really well done.
You put that to bed. You just got a P2, great result. And you guys chose the medium tire at the end of the race, which I think most of us was going to fall off a cliff, but you were able to hold on to it.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking it wasn't going to last, but I did some real sweet finesse. I was trying to drive like you.
Great work. Cheers, Lewis.
Cheers, man.
Let's hear from Charles Leclerc, P3.
Charles, it's always a difficult weekend and a difficult race when you're fighting with the local hero. Can you just mention what happened in turn 1?
Oh, a lot of boos.
A lot of booing.
Don't boo.
Guys,
Oh,
I mean,
no.
honestly, I had nowhere to go, so I was a bit in between the 2 Red Bulls. And unfortunately, I touched Checo, but I had nowhere to go. So it's life. It damaged my car, and unfortunately, it ended the race of Checo. Yeah, on our end, we maximized our race. So it's life. Of course, I'm disappointed to end the race of Checo like that, but I really didn't do it on purpose, and I had nowhere to go.
Yeah, 3 into 1 in that corner is very difficult. What did you think when the race was red flagged halfway through and you had to do that whole start process again, because they've not been your strong point this year, Ferrari as a team?
Yeah, we struggled a little bit with the hard after at the restart. Lewis was really quick on the medium, and then they managed to have a really good degradation. So yeah, they were just better today, and it's life.
Cheers, Sean.
All right, thank you.
Oh, I don't. Well, wow, I don't like the booing. That's mecca. I did not like the booing there. Lot of things.
Wait, was there booing?
They booed massively for him.
For Leclerc?
Yeah, because he took Perez out. But he didn't. Perez took himself out. But yeah, they booed massively.
So they cheered for Verstappen and for Hamilton, but booed Leclerc?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. They should have booed. No offence, but
I'm with
that's
you.
wrong for our sport.
I'm with you. No boo. It was Perez's fault.
Yep. Thank you.
What a day. What an absolute day. It's been mega. Absolutely mega. 16 wins in a single season for Max Verstappen, a new record for him, a new highest percentage win as well. And more than Senna managed, more than Prost, more than Schumacher, more than Hamilton, more than Vettel. Here's the drivers then in the cool-down room.
Points behind Alonso.
I don't know how I finished it.
Yeah, I saw.
How's he going? Oh shit, he did me in Qatar. He's trying to say
it's hard to
see sometimes.
I mean, maybe he didn't know you were in the inside.
What? Something broke. Something broke, right?
hard to tell this time around.
Oh, same thing.
I was really surprised to make the medium tire last.
Well, that was nice to hear. The top three there, Max's podcast, even though he doesn't like podcasts. It's time for one of the most unique podiums in Formula One. Inside the Forest Stadium to get going. Really strange day, really strange weekend here in Formula One. If you've enjoyed the Mexico City Grand Prix, just join us next week because we are going sprinting in Brazil. And it's always one of the best races of the year. Let's get the thoughts then. Never mind, podium time. Just to prove me wrong. For Charles Leclerc, it is podium number 28 of his Formula One career. Ferrari, podium number 795 of their long history in Formula One. Lewis Hamilton takes podium number 198 of his F1 career. Mercedes, podium 286. Max Verstappen takes win number 51, his 16th win of the season, his 95th podium, Red Bull's 110th win, and their 260th podium in Formula One. Arise! Max Verstappen, victor of Mexico, sombrero time on the special lift. He'll get hoisted onto the podium. Adrian Newey watching on behind the barriers. Max Verstappen, sombrero fitted. Play the mariachi bands. Victorious in Mexico City. And now we will hear the official anthems of Formula One. First up, you can't escape it, for the 16th time this year, the Dutch national anthem. And now the Austrian national anthem for Red Bull. What a domination in Formula One this Red Bull team are being. The trophy that they wanted to go to Checo will go to Max. Pick a winner points for Josh T and for Adam. Max wins 16th time in a single season. There is no stopping him. And the gold medal out of the 18 we've got. He's had I told you, out of the 19 we've had, he's got 18.
He's got loads. By the way, interesting stat.
Go on.
20 points is the gap between Perez and Hamilton in the Drivers' Championship. 20.
If Perez loses that, I mean, come on. So Perez on 240, Hamilton 220. Yeah, 19 points for today, yeah.
Yes.
And it's sprint next weekend, so extra points on offer. Lewis Hamilton gets second place, replacing the one that was taken away from him at Kota. We said in practice one, did he need to redeem himself this weekend? He's gone and done it. So has Charles Leclerc, finishing in third place once again. The same podium from Kota a week ago. This time it stands, and it's champagne time! Let the concert begin in the Forest Stadium tonight. It may have been another Max domination, but certainly Mexico has given us a treat. On the celebration weekend of the Day of the Dead, Formula One is well and truly alive. It has kick-started so much more drama that will run to the end of the season. The fight for second is on in both the drivers and the constructors' title. Mercedes versus Ferrari for that battle. Perez versus Hamilton in the drivers. Constructors alive, everything to play for. 3 races remain in Formula One 2023, and in 7 days' time, we go sprinting for the last time at Sao Paulo and Interlagos. Mexico, you have been an absolute delight. Gracias. We'll see you in 2024. Let's confirm how they finished then after today's amazing race. It is victory for Max Verstappen. Lewis Hamilton is second. Charles Leclerc takes third. Carlos Sainz goes into fourth position with Lando Norris in fifth. Russell is sixth. Ricciardo seventh. Piastri eighth. Ninth for Albon. 10th for Ocon. Gasly goes 11th, followed by Tsunoda in 12th. Hülkenberg is 13th, Bottas 14th, Zhou 15th. Retirements on the last lap for Sargent and Stroll, followed then by Alonso, Magnussen causing the red flag, and Perez on the opening lap of the race. Back up with the guys of Adam and Josh, Jess and Omi still in pit lane. Well, let's start with those in the pit lane and get their thoughts on this one. Omi, starting with you. It was, in the end, a cracker. Predictable result, but it certainly delivered here in Mexico.
Yep. The race delivered, but the fans were absolutely atrocious this weekend, have to be honest. Fighting in the grandstands, absolutely ridiculous. And also the booing as well. Attacking Ferrari fans in the grandstands.
I've just seen that.
Is a bit too much. Don't take... there's absolutely no need to go to that part. Yeah, a Ferrari fan got attacked in the grandstands. So...
Chris Mettler just said actually that fan has been evicted from the Formula One stadiums, so he did go.
So he went like halfway through the race.
Apparently, yeah. I haven't hit him. I assume maybe
that
no more.
He's been given a lifetime ban, so he's not allowed to go to any more Formula One races.
Yeah,
serves him right.
There's footage circulating of 2 Ferrari fans in Forest being attacked and then defended by those around. Hopefully an isolated incident as he was booing. That was during it's right now. It's during the podium ceremony. Chris Mettler said, I'm told by Formula One that the fan was attacked. The fan who attacked the Ferrari fans was ejected, and as you say, Jess and Amy, a lifetime ban has been given as well. That is not good at all. Do not attack. This is motorsport. It's not important in everyday life. It's a sport we all enjoy to watch. It only affects those who take part in it. Those are fans. It's not day in, day out. It's not live or die. It is not. It's for those working in the sport. It's their jobs. For us watching, it's a privilege to be able to watch it. So just be serious, honestly. Okay.
Just get out of our sport.
Go on, say again.
Yeah. They should just get out of our sport, honestly. There's better sports for them.
Hello, Karen, by the way. She says, I was here but kept quiet for another fantastic commentary. Thank you, Karen. Hello, everyone. Hopefully we won't miss too many in the chat tonight because YouTube has been a bit tricky and Twitch has been a lot more active. Thanks for both. Omi, final thoughts there from you to wrap up on your side of things?
You mean me?
Oh, yes. Sorry, Jess. I thought Omi wouldn't finish, but over to you, Jess.
Well, I think Lando Norris coming back from lower down the grid was amazing. My drive of the day for me, and it was great to see Daniel Ricciardo get his first points this season, which was great. But hopefully you'll get more points in when we go to Brazil next week. But yeah, a good race from both those drivers. But yeah, Lando Norris, my drive of the day. Max Verstappen, though, he's making every record so far, and he's been having one of his best seasons. So there we go. That's my thoughts, and looking forward to Brazil next week.
Thank you, Jess. Thank you, Omi. Down there in the pits, great work as always today. Always appreciate having you both there. Up to the box, and Josh T, your final thoughts on today's racing actions.
I mean, it's been a good weekend, but it's been a bit of a mess. Let's be honest. The fans in the grandstand to the some controversial on track moves, and yeah, it's definitely been a weird weekend, but it's also been a good weekend with the racing. I hope K-Mag is okay.
We'll double check as well. Looks like he was released from the medical centre about an hour ago, so all good news round about when Adam gave us that update. Adam, pleasure to have you with us as always for Mexico on these America side of races as well. Your final thoughts then on this crazy weekend, and pleasure to have you here as always.
Thanks, Josh, and I echo what Josh T said. What a crazy race! What a wild race, and we've talked about Max. We've said so many words about Max Verstappen. I think I don't think there's any more words. And the next time I will be with you guys is in Viva Las Vegas. So it's called looking forward to the streets of Vegas. And for all of you who are wondering,
You're not here for
what time it starts for me? No, it's called. I'm going to take a week off and enjoy some family time. But I will say the race in Vegas starts at, I believe it's at 12:45 a.m. for me here on the East Coast. So yes, I will be awake, and yes, I will be with you guys for the Las Vegas Grand Prix. So
I can't wait.
Looking forward to it in a couple weeks' time.
20 days time. Can't wait, Adam. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to having you back in the commentary box for then, as also taking Brazil off. Hopefully we'll get Ed in to the comm team as well for one of the races, and hopefully a few others as well. We've got a very busy schedule actually with so little races left. We've got to get Julia in for MotoGP. We've got to get Megan back in as well for them. We've got to get, it's just all getting so close now. Just 6 races remain in our broadcast season, of course, coming forward. Okay, my thanks as well to you, Adam, to you, Josh, to Jess and Omi, and to Megan as well. A great weekend as always. It has been an absolute classic. And I can't remember if Richie was on one of the sessions, so well, thanks to Richie if you were. I can't quite remember if you've been on. I don't think you have this weekend. But it's been an absolute classic in Mexico. It really has delivered once again. Yes, Max may have won by 13.8 seconds, but it was definitely memorable. Another red flag to throw into the mix as well. Dramatic racing, close racing, 2 starts for the price of 1. Can't ask for much more. So, we'll be back then 7 days' time. It's just Formula 1 next weekend, which means we'll be live a bit longer for things to get more time on air. We'll be live for practice 1, and then the qualifying session, then followed by Saturday morning with the sprint shootout, and then the F1 sprint, and then going in on Sunday with the Grand Prix with a bit more bigger build-up around the shows too. So my thanks to everybody for joining us this weekend. It's been an absolute classic once more across MotoGP and Formula 1, and we'll see you in Sao Paulo in Brazil in 7 days' time. Take care. Good night to you all.